Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Welcome back to Movie Mornings. I am your host, Martino, and today we have a couple really fun, big topics we're getting into. Big stories, big reports. First off, we do have awards season predictions, Oscars predictions, to be more specific, from the Hollywoood Reporter. And also, DC is a fucking mess, so I can't wait to get into that and talk about all that stuff. But guys, before we get started today, please hit that like button below, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a show. Also with me, as usual, is Mr. Jose Espinel. Jose, how's it going, buddy?
I am
there
great.
a little bit more.
Oh yeah, I am great. Honestly, I'm glad to be here. It's been a while since we've done a show.
Yeah, well, I've been renovating, as you can see, and you too.
Right.
You've got some renovations there too, man. So we're both in sets that at least I would say feel new to us. I mean, is that fair to say?
I mean, I've got a whole new clock, which you guys can see, LED Star Wars one.
Yeah.
For Christmas, and then I've got some I decided because this wall back behind me is plain, kind of boring. So I thought, I've got these posters laying around, might as well put them up. So I thought, why not? I mean, I've got a Mandalorian Baby Yoda one. I've got Dragon Ball Z. I've got Supernatural, and then my exclusive Top Gun Maverick that I got when I went to go watch the early access premiere. Of Top Gun. So yeah, I
That's
thought
awesome.
Just put the stuff up, kind of make my background look. I mean, I have the shelf, which I'm getting a new one so that I can put more stuff. But
yeah,
for the walls, since it was just kind of boring, didn't have much to it, I thought I'd add that stuff to kind of make it look nicer.
You've been a busy man.
Fulfilled.
You've been a busy man, that's for sure. You've been doing a lot of streaming on Twitch.
Oh God, yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. If you guys want to go check out, I've been doing a lot of Star Wars stuff recently, actually, because it's what people like watching me do, and so I thought, why not just embrace it and just do a bunch of Star Wars content.
Well, you're also knowledgeable about it, which I think helps, because then you can actually give commentary that is fulfilling, I guess, to the audience that is watching you. Right. So I think if they tune in and it's like, oh yeah, I can tell this guy really likes this stuff or knows what he's talking about with this, then I think it just benefits your content all the more. So that's probably a lot of it, I would think. But look, yeah, we do have some stories, like I said, and I'm super excited to get into this stuff because it's hefty stuff. First of all, my favorite day of the year, guys, I would have to say is the Oscars. I just think it's a great day to celebrate movies. It's my favorite day of the year. And I love it because it's a year where I get to cram a lot of movies, and everybody's a critic these days, right? And myself included. I like to kind of give my opinion on the movies that I watch every year, and it's so fun. But regardless, it's a time for us to celebrate not just the movies that are being nominated by the Academy, but I feel like the movies that we just loved for the year. Either way, like we just have, it's a chance for us to kind of go through usually the entire year and talk about those movies, which you and I will do at some point. Obviously, we'll do a show where we do our top. I still have a lot to catch up on before I can give like a top 10 or whatever, but
yeah, we'll just do the same format we did last year. We kind of just get together, write down our predictions for the nominations, and then which ones we think will win, and then obviously we'll compare.
Well, luckily for us, Hollywood Reporters kind of already laid out some predictions. They know better than we do. They're a lot closer to the Academy than we are, and so they're kind of in the conversation more and can kind of get a better judgment on kind of what the Academy is saying, I feel like. So they did lay out some really interesting predictions that actually, I say interesting, but I haven't actually read what they think yet. So I'm gonna we're gonna get a fresh reaction off both of us of what Hollywood Reporter's saying. And then I thought what would be cool is we could say, what we would swap, or if we think it's fair, or things like that, based on their predictions. So I'm gonna pull the story up here from the Hollywood Reporter. Actually, that is not it. Here it is. All right. So we got the story here. So it says, please note this forecast assembled by the Hollywood Reporter's executive editors of awards, Scott Feinberg, reflects his best attempt to predict the behavior of the Academy, motion pictures, arts, and science, not his personal preference, which I think is always kind of important to remember, that they are going off the conversations of what the Academy feels, or what they feel like the conversation's been within the people that are part of the Academy. So that's always kind of important. So here's what they think of the front runners for Best Picture. We'll start off with the big one here. They're saying The Fabelmans, which is Spielberg's new film, and I'm hearing great things. I can't wait to watch it. Obviously, it's Spielberg. Top Gun Maverick, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Banshees of Inisherin, Women Talking, Elvis, The Woman King, She Said, Tar, and Glass Onion and Eyes Out Mystery. So those are what they're saying they think are the front runners for Best Pictures. Now, before we go in and kind of break this thing down, let's take a look at who could be the major threats here. They have Till.
When was that report? When was this report put out?
I think a couple weeks ago, but we're kind of late on it. So
I was going to say, because I've got one here that came out 2 days ago.
All right, well, we'll get to that.
That's updated, but yeah,
we'll get to that because here's who they're saying are the major threats. They're saying Till, Close, Triangle of Sadness, Goodnight Oppie, The Whale, Empire of Light, Armageddon Time, and Living. And then the possibilities that they think are Nope, The Good Nurse, The Inspection, RRR, 13 Lives, Lady Chatterley's Lover, White Noise, The Sun, and Bones and All are they're still saying are possibilities. Now they do have a Still to See, which obviously this shows it was a few weeks back now. They are also saying Still to See, Avatar: The Way of Water, Babylon, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Oh, maybe this is even before that.
Oh, I see.
Emancipation,
that's why, yeah.
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, A Man Called Otto. So let's I'm sorry. So you have a different report from a couple days ago, right? Let's get the updated one here. Let me get the updated one here.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one right there.
This first one right here. Yeah. I apologize, everybody. I thought I pulled up the one from a few days ago. Here we go. There, the Avatar right there. All right. So let's read through this again, and I apologize for the faux pas there on my part. All right. So they're saying actually now the front runners are Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Avatar: The Way of Water, Top Gun Maverick, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery, Babylon, Tar, Women Talking. I apologize. Major threats now are The Woman King, She Said, Triangle of Sadness, RRR, Nope, Till, 13 Lives, and possibilities Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Armageddon Time, Living, A Man Called Otto, Empire of Light, The Whale, After Sun. Jose, so when we look at these front runners here, do we think that these are the front runners? You think that these are definitely the front runners? Is there anything you would swap? I mean, and not, obviously not based on personal opinion, just based on the way things are being received, or maybe even personal opinion a little bit too.
There's let's see, 1, 2. There's most of these movies I still haven't seen, so I can't really give.
It's hard, right? I can tell you.
I haven't seen All Quiet on the Western Front. I haven't seen Triangle of Sadness. I haven't seen Tar. I haven't seen Banshee of Inisherin. I haven't even seen Elvis at this point yet, or Everything Everywhere All at Once. I haven't seen a lot of these movies.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what.
I would definitely keep, like Top Gun Maverick and Avatar 2 are definitely front
you
runners.
Think that they're both staying?
100%.
Okay.
Oh yeah. 100%.
I think you're right. I think you're right about those two sticking around. Everything Everywhere All at Once, I think, is a lock. I think that's definitely getting the Best Picture nomination. I have seen the film, and I can tell you right now, it is amongst the most impressive I've seen all year.
From what I've heard, I feel like because I haven't seen it, obviously, but I feel like from what I've heard of and what I've read, The Fabelmans is a pretty good.
I think it's a lock. Too. I think even The Fabelmans, and I haven't seen it yet, I think it could even win. Like, that's how much good buzz I'm hearing behind it.
As I said, I've heard nothing but great things from that movie, The Fabelmans, and I just can't wait to go watch it because, like I said, I've heard nothing but great things from it. So
yeah, absolutely. I think it could possibly win. And Banshees of Inisherin, I still need to watch. It's from one of my favorite filmmakers, Mark McDonough. I have not watched it, and I've heard great things about it. Elvis is an amazing movie. That's definitely, I think, so far still in my top 5 of 2022. So I'm gonna say I don't think it's a winner, but I do think it's a good chance it does get nominated for sure.
Now, would it be a front runner or a major threat in your opinion?
Elvis, I think, is probably not a front runner. I think if you're looking at Elvis, and I'm not, my personal opinion, it's in my top 5. I'm basing this on what I've heard. I actually think that Elvis has lost some steam throughout the time period of the year.
Yeah, I haven't really,
even though I love it,
people really talk about it hasn't really held up like other movies.
Yeah, deserving and is it going to get there are two different things. I think if one of them was to get knocked, Maverick,
that one came out, a lot earlier in 2022, and it's still held up. And
exactly, I think that one's definitely getting in. So, yeah. And so that one, I think I think that one's still going to get that. But Elvis it's so deserving of it, and I would be happy if it did.
I mean, I'd probably put it in major threat.
I think I'm going to throw that in major threats, and I think if I was to replace it with one, I'm going to say,
I'd probably say, I would probably be between, from the ones in the major threat, I'd probably be between, and I haven't seen either of these. I'd be between Nope and The Woman King.
I think it's going to be Till. personally, and that's just based on what I've been hearing. It's getting a lot of hype right now, and I've just heard a lot of steam behind it. Granted, I haven't watched the movie, but I think that Till could replace Elvis here. Honestly, it just feels it feels like it's one of those that gathered a lot of steam toward the end. And also, I don't think Babylon stays on here. I think Babylon does not get nominated for Best Picture. I think now that it's come out and like the buzz is really starting to come behind it, a lot of people, and it's from one of my favorite filmmakers, but a lot of people are not impressed with Babylon. It's getting a lot of negative buzz behind it. I would say maybe there, if Babylon doesn't make it, I would maybe say then The Woman King can get in there. Because of the really good positive buzz behind The Woman King. I'm still hearing people talk about it. And you know, with Tar and Women Talking, I'm going to go ahead and say those are definites. For sure. I think Tar and Women Talking are definites. Now, okay, so let's say Babylon. All right, let's say Elvis gets taken off, right? And then we put in Till, right? Let's say that Till takes the place of Elvis. And then let's say Babylon gets taken off. I think it's probably going to be The Woman King, but I think the other one we need to pay attention to here is the movie She Said. And the reason why is because it was one of those movies that a lot of people went to see and loved it, but were really disappointed that the box office didn't reflect the quality of the movie. So they might nominate it as kind of a favorable thing where they're like, I want this, people want this movie to have more buzz than it got, because it was one of those that people said should have done better in the box office than it did. So I could see them kind of doing it for that commercial interest, you know, to try to get more press for it. But I think as far as the steam behind it goes, The Woman King, definitely, for sure. Now, if we're looking at possibilities, do you think any of these possibilities can get in? They're saying Black Panther, Armageddon Time. I don't think Armageddon Time could get in.
I would put Black Panther in a major threat, if I'm being honest.
I think it's a threat too. I think it's more of a threat than people are giving it credit for.
Yes,
I don't
100%.
think it's gonna beat Woman King and She Said here, personally, or Till for that matter. I think that those three in the major threats are still carrying a lot of steam. I even don't think it gets in there before Nope. I think even Nope will get in there before Wakanda Forever, and that's not based on my personal opinion. That's based on buzz behind it. So I think even Nope would get in before Wakanda Forever, though. It is, I think that it might be a misstep here to put it in possibilities. As time's kind of gone on. I mean, Triangle of Sadness, for example, is a movie that I've seen just kind of lose steam over time, and so maybe Black Panther would even go above that for major threats.
I think we still have a different list. Yeah, what I'm seeing now. I think our Hollywood Reporter articles are different.
It may be a little bit, but this is a lot closer. I can guarantee you. This is the closest one I can find.
Because like the one that I don't know, that when was that one posted? When does it say at the top? It usually has the date.
Oh, let's see here. Oh, this is 13th, so not that long ago.
Well, that's December 13th. Mine's from January 5th. Yeah, I was gonna say because they've moved a lot since then. I can tell you here, like, what are the front runners?
Is the best picture? Is the front runners the same? What do you have?
I've got Top Gun Maverick. It's the same. Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Avatar: Way of Water, Elvis, Banshees of Inisherin, Glass Onion, Tar, Triangle of Sadness, and All Quiet.
Oh, they have Triangle of Sadness as a front runner now. That's interesting.
And All Quiet on the Western Front. They have those.
I could be wrong, but I'm going to disagree with that. Now, the only one that's not on my list there that you just mentioned is All Quiet on the Western Front is picking up a lot of steam, from what I'm hearing. So I do think that's a possibility as well. That could even replace Babylon based on my list here. And yours too, because they said Babylon was a front runner. I don't think Babylon gets nominated. I think that's the one you take off easily.
No, Babylon isn't on the front runner on here.
Oh, it's not. Okay. See, they took it off. And I told you it's losing steam. So I would go ahead and say,
I can tell you the major threats on this one.
What do you got?
You know what? They've taken off a lot of movies from your list to the one I have right here in front of me.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and send me your list, and then I'll try to pull that one up here. While we're...
because this one was a Hollywood Reporter from literally 2 days ago.
So this is
fine. This is the most updated one they have.
I knew they put one out recently, and I thought I had the right one. I apologize to the audience.
I don't even, the other one you pulled up. I don't know when that one was from. I don't know how recent that one was either.
Yeah,
but yeah. This one.
Send it to me on Instagram, DM,
yeah,
and
I just did.
Okay, there it is. I'm going to pull this one up and we'll look at that.
Yeah, if you look at the top, it says January 5th.
All right, let's get back to this. Yeah, all right, here we go. You're right. I apologize, everybody.
Yeah,
but good. Most of the front runners are the same. They just had a Babylon taken off, which I think is fair. I don't think Triangle of Sadness gets nominated. I think that we're looking at.
Look at those major threats. Nope isn't even on here anymore.
I think we're looking at. I'm going to go with their original one and say, you know what?
I mean, according to these guys, Nope is losing traction too. Looks like.
I definitely think it is comparatively, but man, I'm surprised that She Said isn't even in any of the threats here because I think.
Yeah, as I say, it's in the possibility. Yeah,
I think She Said
Till's in the possibility as well.
Yeah, look, I think that Glass Onion's a lock. You know what stands out to me about this list, though, that I don't think we've seen in any other year. Top Gun Maverick, Avatar: The Way of Water, Glass Onion. What do all those have in common? Sequels.
True. They're all sequels.
I've never seen a year where so many sequels had this high of a potential to get nominated.
2, 3. Yeah, 3 sequels. Wow. That's crazy.
That is crazy. I've never seen a year like this where they had this much potential. I think that those 3 are definitely locks too, along with Everything Everywhere All at Once.
What's crazy is that 2 of those sequels took hella years to release. Top Gun Maverick took 36 years to release a sequel, and Avatar took 13, 14 years to release a sequel, which is crazy. The fact they're getting this much traction this late into when the original was released just speaks volumes to what these sequels have done.
I agree. It's pretty insane, dude. I think that pretty much everything here I would say is a lock except Triangle of Sadness, honestly, on this list. All Quiet on the Western Front, I was wanting to bring up earlier because
I will tell you, I wouldn't personally put Glass Onion as a
I know you wouldn't personally, but based on the
reception scores and the reception, I would. It has to be.
It just jumped up to the 3rd most popular movie on Netflix right before Red Notice, which has 3 of the biggest movie stars on the planet in it. So
it also has a really bad Rotten Tomato score, but in my opinion, I loved Red Notice.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying, when you take a movie that has 3 of the biggest movie stars on the planet.
Red Notice is second right now?
Yeah, second. I don't remember what's first, but I know Glass Onion is right behind Red Notice, which is impressive for this little tiny murder mystery. So it's getting this buzz that's insane. And plus, I think the Academy's just been looking for an opportunity to put Rian Johnson in the Best Picture list. I mean, Knives Out even he got the writer nomination for that. So. Excuse me. So I think that they've been looking for that possibility. Is there anything this year that you just think should be in here? Maybe they're not even listing it that you think should have been maybe in this list?
I'm just trying to think of other movies.
No, I'm going to name one and you're going to be like, oh yeah, that I find interesting that has not been mentioned on all 3 of the versions of this article that we've had so far. There's one thing I think is missing, and that's the Batman. Which I am shocked.
Yes, I am.
That it's not getting mentioned
because that movie. I mean, I guess it kind of has lost a bit of its hype,
but that's only because of the release date. But dude, when that thing came out, I mean, it's still to me one of the best movies of the year.
You could say the same thing. You could say the same thing about Nope. Look how fast that movie lost its traction.
Yeah, I know. It's just it shocks me that the Batman isn't in here.
Honestly, that has really shocked me too.
It doesn't need to be Best Picture. Or
some kind of it could be even costume.
Or no, not front runner, but I think it should be in the possibilities. I would say give it the possibility category here, because it is still one of those that I think that there's still plenty of people. I still consider it one of my favorite movies of the year. I'm sure there's people in the Academy that feel the same. I don't know, but it's interesting. I mean, like I said, the Hollywood Reporter, they know better than we do, and at this point, if they're saying it's not one of them, it's probably not. But it's just interesting to me that that the Batman didn't make it in anywhere. So
true.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, look, that's I like I said, I think we could agree most of these are a lock, right? I mean, there's really nothing
for the fronters, yeah.
I the only one, or Till wasn't even on this version. Till's on possibilities now, which I think people are underestimating Till, man. I've heard too many good things about it to not think it couldn't get into the Best Picture. Yeah, I even think it could replace Elvis. Honestly, I do. I think that Elvis could get knocked out.
Oh yeah, true. It could, yeah.
I love Elvis. I think it's awesome, but I just haven't heard the same buzz throughout the year on it. So that's interesting. All right. Well, look, let's move on to their other predictions here. So we have best director, an obvious one here, Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans. Well,
another obvious one with
James Cameron, obvious, yeah. Top Field for Tar, Baz Luhrmann for Elvis. That's interesting. See, it's interesting. See, the reason this makes me more confident, though, that Elvis can get into Best Picture is that they're going to nominate Baz Luhrmann for director here for Elvis. Because
I still think it's going to be between Steven and James Cameron for sure. Because
if this is the list, yeah.
If this is the list, then it's going to be between, and that's a tough one too, because obviously I still haven't seen Fabelman, but I've heard nothing but amazing things from it.
If this is it, man, I'm going to say Steven. Well, it could be James.
Honestly, I was going to say I would have to say James just because of what he did with the.
Let's go back up here a second because I want to ask now. If these are the nominees, what wins Best Picture?
Ooh.
If those are the nominees, the front runners there.
Well, I mean, I would have to be between, because I'm just gonna go off what I've watched, and I can't do that. Because I haven't seen All Quiet on the Western Front, Triangle of Sadness, Tar, Banshees, Elvis, Fabelmans. I haven't seen a lot of these, but yeah, it's tough because like you've got Top Gun Maverick, Avatar, Fabelmans. I mean, you just have so many great movies. What does win?
I think it's between three. I'll tell you the three.
You go ahead.
The Fabelmans, Avatar, or Glass Onion. I think those are the three that are the highest.
I would have the same three. I have the same two. I have Avatar. I'd have Avatar, Fabelmans, and instead of Glass Onion, I'd put Top Gun Maverick.
I'll tell you this: if Rian Johnson doesn't get nominated for Best Director, Glass Onion's not a winner. I'll tell you that.
Well, he's not on the.
He's not on the front runners. No, but I do think he is.
He's not on it at all.
He's not on any of them. So, not on any of them. But if he does end up getting nominated for Best Director, I think there's a better possibility than people are giving it credit for here.
I think it's between Top Gun Maverick, Avatar, and Fabelmans.
I don't think Top Gun wins.
Maverick, man,
I love the movie.
That's just a.
I love the movie. I don't think it wins. I actually think it honestly. If there's upsets,
honestly, if Glass Onion wins, I'd be so disappointed.
I just think it's a high possibility when you look at the reception.
Because Avatar and Fabelmans is just so much better of movies.
To you, but not to everybody. Like when you look at the reception,
especially when it comes, bro. Look at the reception of Avatar, Way of Water. Like the reception of that movie's been ridiculous.
I don't know, man.
Absolutely crazy.
It's been great reception and. Box office wise, absolutely. As far as what people think of the movie, we still have names. Look, I said, I think it's a fair tie between Fabelman's, Avatar, and Glass Onion. So don't get me wrong. Like I think it's a fair tie between those three. The one that I think, if there is an upset, it could be Top Gun of those three. Like. If something upset those three, it'd be Top Gun or Everything Everywhere. But I don't think either of those two are going to win. But I wouldn't count them out completely. So if I had to say the winner, it would be Glass Onion, Avatar, Fabelmans, Major Threats, Top Gun, Everything Everywhere. And I don't think
I'd say winner would probably be, if I had to choose from the three, I'd probably choose from reception, probably Fabelmans, honestly.
I think Fabelmans is going to take it.
To win, yeah. I think Fabelmans wins. Major Threats with Avatar and, honestly, Top Gun, Glass, and Everything.
So you want to know what's fascinating about this Best Picture list, and then we'll move on to director after this. But what's fascinating to me, what stands out here too, The Whale, not even a possibility. They're saying The Whale is lost the steam, I think, on this. Which is interesting. I find that to be so interesting.
So it was also pretty close to 2023.
But it was still 2022. I still think with all the buzz,
it looks like it wasn't. It looks like it's lost hella steam.
Obviously, they're not even saying it's a possibility. I had two friends that saw it yesterday, and they say it's their second favorite movie of the year. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know what is doing good is Megan. That movie's doing ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm hearing great things. I got to get out there to see it. All right, so let's go back. Sorry, to the director. All right, so we have Spielberg, James Cameron. Yeah, I think we both agree those are the two that are top
Oh yeah,
runner.
100%.
Yeah. Todd Fields for Tard, Baz Luhrmann for Elvis, which I still find fascinating. They think Baz Luhrmann is going to get the nomination.
And Ruben Östlund for Triangle of Sadness.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at that. I mean, I guess it's picking up more steam than I thought. I've just heard some people fall off it, But they are saying major threats here. I mean, they have the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Sarah Polley for Women Talking, Edward Berger for All Quiet on the Western Front, Martin McDonough for Banshees of Inisherin, and Damien Chazelle for Babylon.
Whose movie wasn't even nominated, but he's been nominated.
I'm surprised that they think he's a major threat. It's fascinating.
Even though his movie wasn't nominated, the fact that they think he's gonna be a major threat. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna take two people off their front runners list right now. I don't think Baz Luhrmann gets nominated. I don't think Ruben Östlund gets nominated.
Yeah, I don't think either of those two. I think I would probably put Woman Talking, Sarah Polley. I didn't even put Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I'm going to say the Daniels. I think the Daniels go in, and then the other one I think that goes in, I'm going to head down to the possibilities. I think Joseph Kosinski for Top Gun gets put in there too.
Honestly, yes.
No, I really do. I know that's like, some people might think it's a hot take, but look, man, if they're going to nominate it for Best Picture, I say why not? I mean, I think that a lot of people were really impressed how he was able to take, Tony Scott's work and make a sequel to it that holds up just as much, if not more. That I find to be incredibly fascinating.
The fact that they were able to actually get the actors to actually fly planes in Top Gun Maverick is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Hey, you want to go ahead and read these best actors here really quick, and I will be right back. I just have to take care of something really quick.
Sure, go ahead. Alrighty, guys. So for best actor frontrunners, we've got Austin Butler as Elvis, which I've heard nothing but great things about. Brendan Fraser from The Whale. Even though their movie or director didn't get nominated, I think he's going to be a frontrunner. Okay. Colin Farrell in The Banshees of Inisherin. Bill Nighy from Living. Okay. Tom Cruise from Top Gun Maverick, of course, because his performance was insane. Major Threats, Paul Mescal from After Sun. Okay. Gabriel LaBelle from The Fablemans. Ralph Fiennes from The Menu. Tom Hanks from A Man Called Otto. And Adam Sandler from Hustle. That's an interesting one. Possibilities. You've got Jeremy Pope from The Inspection, Diego Calva from Babylon, Hugh Jackman from The Sun, Will Smith from Emancipation, and Sung Kang Ho from Broker. Now, I'll wait for Dom so that we can discuss what we think about that list. Just because I don't want to say anything because I don't want to repeat myself, so I'll just wait for him to come back.
So sorry for the wait there.
Hey, so quick question. Where did you see that Glass Onion was the second most streamed movie on Netflix?
Third most. Not second.
Third most? Because I've been looking at reports and none of them show that they're in the...
No, not streamed. Popular.
Oh, you mean Netflix is top 10? Oh, I mean, that's kind of...
No, not their, like, it was in their top 10 as well, but overall popularity, they're calling it the third most. I don't know what they based that on, but that was what I read. Again, it's not streamed. Streamed, it was, I think, in like the top 15 or something like that.
It's 10 right now.
Or 10, okay. It was in top 15 last I checked for stream. Streams, it's top 10, top 15, something like that. But, yeah. So, all right. So anyway, so Austin Butler.
For Elvis,
Brendan Fraser Whale.
Yeah, you see, I was gonna say that's interesting that the fact that the movie or director to get nominated, but they think he's gonna get nominated.
I think Brendan Fraser wins.
Really?
I think he wins based on that trailer. The second I saw it, I said, not only is he getting nominated, he's winning. I think he wins 100%. I think this is his year.
I think it's honestly, I think it's between him and Tom Cruise.
Yeah, and by the way, really quick,
the performance Tom Cruise gave in that was
People
Crazy.
people said, not you, but people said I was nuts when I said Tom Cruise probably will get nominated, and here he is. I think he will.
Because I thought the same thing. I thought he was gonna get.
Yeah, no, not you, but a lot of people told me I was crazy for that, and I think I'm not crazy.
I don't see why, because Tom Cruise is such a decorated actor, and he's so talented, and the performance he gave in Maverick was just, it was amazing. Honestly.
Yeah. Now the Major Threats to me is fascinating.
No, honestly, all the Major Threats and Possibilities, all of them are just like, honestly, surprising to me, because none of these movies got nominations for Best Picture or Director. So it's kind of,
what's interesting. Been picking up a lot of steam that I think is something we need to look at here. I think personally, Colin Farrell does not get nominated for Banshees, and I actually think it's going to be Ralph Fiennes for The Menu, because that performance has been picking up so much steam lately. I think that's.
Oh wait,
Ralph Fiennes. Ralph Fiennes.
Oh,
yeah, the L silent. So it's Ralph. Ralph Fiennes. Yeah, it's the weird thing. But I think Ralph Fiennes gets nominated for The Menu.
I honestly have heard a lot of good things about The Menu. I still haven't seen it though.
The other thing I find fascinating is a movie that I didn't think anybody really gave a shit about. No offense.
I think Gabriel LaBelle could also get nominated.
They're saying Adam Sandler's a major threat though this year.
Well, I mean, bro, he was
awesome in Hustle. He was awesome in it. Yeah,
he was amazing. I would keep him in Major Threat, honestly.
I just didn't think they were gonna think that. Yeah, but that's something we should keep in mind.
That movie's got pretty good hype. Too. Honestly, that movie's really good. But the one that I'm surprised at is even in Possibilities is Will Smith in Emancipation, because I've heard nothing but crap about that movie.
I've heard good things about Emancipation so far from.
I've heard some bad stuff about that movie. I've heard it's pretty bad.
Wow. Okay. I have not heard quite the opposite. But I don't think Will Smith's getting nominated. I'll tell you.
And then I checked its Rotten Tomato scores. I'm like, okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah. Look, I think that.
All right. So who do we think is gonna win? You think
Brendan Fraser's? It's Brendan Fraser's year. He wins. I don't care. I'm telling you right now, he's winning this. He's gonna get nominated.
I think it's gonna be between Tom Cruise and Brendan Fraser.
Austin Butler could be the upset. I don't think Tom Cruise is anywhere near what Austin Butler did in Elvis. I'm sorry. Like I love Tom Cruise in Maverick. I don't think it's anywhere near Butler. I think Butler is the upset, if anybody.
What do you think those three will be the?
I think those are locks. So I think those are locks. I think they're locks for nominees. Yeah, those are locks. I would say Colin Farrell and Bill Nighy. I'm kind of torn on. I do think Ralph Fiennes can slip in here for The Menu over Colin Farrell personally for Banshees, and I haven't seen the movie, but I just from what I've been hearing, a lot of people have been hyping up this Ralph Fiennes performance quite a bit. I'll tell you what, man. If Adam Sandler gets nominated this year,
it's gonna be crazy.
He won't win, but that's impressive.
That's a pretty impressive accomplishment for Adam Sandler.
Because look, I mean, we were looking at the year of Uncut Gems. He didn't get nominated. I mean, there's 2 years that people felt like he'd been snubbed for Punch Drunk Love. People felt like he got snubbed for that, and then people felt like he got snubbed for what was the Uncut Gems. So if he gets nominated for Hustle, I'm gonna say big accomplishment on his part, man. I find it interesting they're saying it's a major threat, even though I thought the performance was absolutely spectacular. I just find this to be, that's fascinating. One I would have liked to have seen as a threat here, and I don't think it's going to be, like we said, but Pattinson for the Batman dude, I thought he nailed it. I would have liked to have seen him be a threat.
I don't think Batman's going to be in any of this, if I'm being honest.
It doesn't seem like it, which is just so fucking crazy to me, especially the way we were talking about it earlier in the year.
I'm reading all the other ones, just the movies, not the actors or actresses, and I'm not seeing Batman anywhere on this thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, let's go into actresses. Anyway, I think that's a fair list. I think what they're saying here is fair. I can't think of any male actor personally. Oh, the one actually, and I haven't seen the movie. I'm surprised they're not saying as a possibility is Eddie Redmayne for The Good Nurse, who I hear he's absolutely fantastic in that movie.
Never even heard of that movie.
I'm surprised it's on Netflix. I do want to check it out. I'm a big fan of Eddie Redmayne's, but I'm surprised he's not in here. Other than that, I haven't seen it, so can I say it's unfair? No, but I think that this is fair, what they're going with here. I don't see anything that they're leaving out here. Excuse me, it seems unfair so far. All right, so Best Actress. Cate Blanchett for Tar, absolutely, she's getting nominated. Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere, absolutely, she's getting nominated. Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans. I'll come back around to that. Danielle Deadweiler for Till. Yes, I think that's an absolute. I think that's happening. Olivia Colman's an absolute because anytime Olivia Colman's in a movie, she gets nominated. So that's absolutely happening. I'm telling you right now. Now, Michelle Williams, I wanted to come back around to because while most people are on the positive side of her performance, I've heard a lot of people say they didn't like what she was going for in that movie. So that's one I wanted to talk about here because one of the big buzz sort of performances of the year that I thought was definitely going to make it, and they do have it in Major Threats, I want to point this out, was Ana de Armas for Blonde. I think Ana de Armas could easily replace Michelle Williams. I have not seen it either, but I've seen clips. And I'm telling you what, she could easily, I think, trump Michelle Williams.
She's just a talented actress, man.
100%. It's so is Michelle Williams, to be fair, but
what she did in the James Bond movie. That was some great stuff, and Knives Out as well. I mean, she's just
I agree. Yeah. She's awesome. And a lot of people felt like she got snubbed for Knives Out when that was kind of coming around the award circuit.
Oh,
so
what for best supporting actress?
Best actress, I think they wanted for her. I think they were campaigning for actress, so maybe they'll give it to her for Blonde. Maybe they'll nominate her. So I think that she can come in over Michelle Williams. I think the rest of these are a lock, though. Danielle Deadweiler for Till, I've just heard too much good about. Like I said, Olivia Colman, if she's in a movie, you can almost guarantee she's making it in the nominations list. Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once, for sure, definitely deserved. And Cate Blanchett, I've just heard nothing but phenomenal things about. I even think Blanchett could win this. I'm going to be very honest with you. If this is the list,
honestly, that's who everyone's all the articles and from what I've heard, everyone's saying that she's definitely like
I think Cate Blanchett's the favorite
to win it. Yeah,
but I do think Yeoh. I think Michelle Yeoh is a threat here. I don't want to. I think Michelle Yeoh could win if she.
I mean, Michelle Williams could be too in the Fabelmans. I still haven't seen it, obviously, but
I just heard too much bad. I don't think she'll win.
Really,
I already told you. I think Ana de Armas takes that spot. I do. And if Ana de Armas does take the spot, we'll be having a different conversation a little bit. I still think Cate Blanchett wins, but then I think it's a competition for the upset between Yeoh and Ana de Armas here. Otherwise. But we also do have Jennifer Lawrence for Causeway. We have for Possibilities. Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Sorry, I love her. Zoe Kazan for She Said. Letitia Wright for Black Panther. Oh, Letitia Wright.
That's what I mean. Look, I would put her in Major Threat. I would not have her Possibility.
Yeah, I would put it in the threat too, man. Letitia Wright's a big one there.
Jessica Chastain, she's a great
For The Good Nurse. That was the movie I was just referring to that I thought Redmayne would have been in for. I don't know how she was in that movie though. And then we have Andrea Riseborough. Yes. So yeah, dude, I'm gonna say Letitia Wright. Let's at least
Major Threat. 100%.
Let's not kick her under the rug. I think it is a threat easily. So let's keep her in
100%.
there. In the threats at least. All right, so let's move on. Best Supporting Actor, Ke Huy Quan. He's definitely getting nominated for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Brendan Gleeson, I think, will definitely get nominated for Banshees. Judd Hirsch, absolutely, for Fabelmans. And then Paul Dano for Fabelmans. I'm going to come back around to that.
Brad Pitt for Babylon.
Brad Pitt for Babylon, which I'm also going to come back around to. So let's start with Paul Dano for Fabelmans.
Oh, there's Eddie Redmayne, by the way. Major Threat for The Good Nurse.
Oh, they're putting him in supporting. Okay, there you are.
Yeah.
So
I'm guessing Jessica Chastain was maybe. So who was the main actor in The Good Nurse? I'm guessing it wasn't him.
I guess it was. I guess not. I mean, he's on the poster. So that's interesting.
With Jessica Chastain.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's interesting that he's kind of being thrown in. Okay, so I'm going to take Paul Dano off for the Fabelmans. I'm going to say Barry Keoghan gets nominated for Banshees of Inisherin. The more I hear about that performance, the more it seems likely that he's going to get nominated for that. And then I'm going to take
Tom Hanks and Elvis.
I think Tom Hanks is the other one. I think I'm going to take off Brad Pitt and put Tom Hanks in. I think that those two.
Because if I'm being honest, I haven't heard that many good things about Babylon.
Yeah, me either. And that's from one of my favorite filmmakers. I've heard terrible things about the movie.
Yeah, honestly, same. Honestly,
I don't think Brad Pitt gets in.
I was looking forward to Babylon 2 because of the trailer, but then after what people have told me about Babylon, I haven't heard anything good about it. So I would definitely put Eddie Redmayne in there. And
you think Redmayne, huh?
Yeah, I think for The Good Nurse.
I think Keegan for Banshees.
Well, because they already have one from Banshee. You
I
think
think
2 Banshees are going to be
well,
nominated?
look, they have 2 Fablemans and they're front runners right now. So take one of the Fablemans, replace it with Banshees of Inisherin Keegan, and then take out Brad Pitt, put Tom Hanks in.
All right, I'll take out Brad Pitt, Tom Hanks.
That's my prediction.
I'll take one of the ones from Fablemans.
I'll tell you, man. When I saw Elvis, I was like, Tom Hanks better get nominated for this, like because it's one of his best performances in years.
He's not even in the front. He's not even in the front runners, but he's a major threat though. At least
I think he's getting nominated, but who knows, man? I mean, Eddie Redmayne's one of those too, though. You're not entirely wrong because of all the steam I've heard behind it. I think that he's easily one that we could see take that spot here. So I don't know. We'll find out.
You got the possibilities with Ben Whishaw, Ryan Tyree Henry with Causeway, and Michael Ward with Empire of Light.
I think Ki-Hai Kwan is a lock. I think Judd Hirsch is a lock. Brendan Gleeson's a lock. The other two there, I'm not so sure about.
Yeah, it could be any of those 3 in the major threat, honestly.
And I actually think I'll be honest with you. I think Judd Hirsch wins, personally. And I haven't seen the movie.
For the Fablemans?
Yeah, but I've just heard too much about it.
I just need to go and watch this movie, honestly. I just need to... The Banshees is on HBO, so that's good. I can watch that.
What's impressive is
to go watch the Fablemans.
Judd Hirsch is apparently in the movie for only 10 minutes, and he's getting this nomination, supposedly. So.
Well, I mean, he's supporting, so supporting role can really play as much time as they need.
Absolutely. I just think he's going to win this award. I do, 100%. But Ki-Hai Kwan could be the upset for Everything Everywhere all at once. I mean, I'll tell you, man, what he did in that movie, and that was the first performance he's had in I think over 30 years or something. It's wild, and he was so good in Everything Everywhere.
Oh, and he's a supporting role in this one, right? Supporting actor.
Yeah, I think
who's the main actor in that then?
He what? Everything Everywhere.
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh.
No, the main actor.
I mean, no main actor. It's really Michelle Yeoh. I mean, she's like the lead.
Supporting men.
Supporting people. A lot of supporting people in that movie. Like everything revolves around Michelle Yeoh in that movie. So she's she really takes it front and center. So I can see why they put him in supporting here.
This supporting actress, bro, number 1 on this list. That's a definite. I think she's gonna.
You think it's a lock, huh? Yeah.
Angela Bassett. I think she might. I think she's gonna win, bro. Honestly, like her performance in Wakanda Forever was just so raw and touching, and bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, she was so good in that, man. Her performance was absolutely incredible. It's a definite lock. She's definitely gonna be nominated. That's for sure. No doubt.
I'm hard pressed to argue. I mean, she's gonna get nominated. Yeah.
100% she's getting. That's a lock for nomination.
Look, man, I've heard great things about Dolly De Leon and Triangle of Sadness. Jamie Lee Curtis was incredible in Everything Everywhere. I think she could take it. Actually, I'll tell you what. I think Angela Bassett will not win. I think Jamie Lee Curtis will.
Really?
Having seen both movies, I think Jamie Lee Curtis is taking it. Yeah, I really do. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think she'll take it.
Ooh, Janelle Monáe
for Glass Onion.
She was actually, you know what?
She's awesome in that movie.
She was my favorite one.
Awesome in that movie. Yeah.
Besides Daniel Craig, obviously. Janelle Monáe was just.
I think she'll get nominated.
She was definitely my favorite actress in that movie for sure.
Now, like I said, I've seen the movie. I love it, and Stephanie Hsu is absolutely incredible in that movie. To say that she's going to be the front runner here, I mean, let's take a look at what they have for major threats here.
Hong Chow, The Whale, Terry Condon from Banshees, Claire Foy from Women Talking, Jessie Buckley from Women Talking, and Nina Haas from Tar.
You know who I think could get nominated here? Maybe one of these could be swapped. I don't think it's going to be Dolly. I don't think it's going to be Jamie. I don't think it's going to be Angela. I don't think it's going to be Janelle. I think it's going to be Stephanie's going to get swapped for Sadie Sink for The Whale. I think that's who's going to maybe get nominated. And they don't even have it as a possibility.
She's not even, I was going to say, Gabrielle Union, Carey Mulligan, Keke Palmer, Jean Smart, and Carl B. Dean.
I could be wrong.
She's the one you're talking, she's the daughter, right?
Yeah. I could be wrong. I don't know.
We'd have to see the movie first.
I heard from two friends yesterday who went and saw it.
And she was amazing?
Yeah. They're saying that they think she should be nominated. That's why I'm throwing it out.
One from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's oof. Yeah, and honestly, anytime she acts, it's
Look,
incredible.
All right, I think Jessie Buckley's going to take it for women talking in terms of. I think it's going to take the spot of Stephanie. I think Jessie Buckley will take the spot of Stephanie Hsu for women or for Everything Everywhere, and I also think we should put Sadie Sink in Major Threats personally because
I'm honestly, yeah. Okay.
I've just heard too much good, man. I know it's not here. Although possibilities, Keke Palmer for Nope, I'll tell you, that's an incredible performance this year. Having seen it, I mean, that I think should even be in Major Threats. Personally, I genuinely do. I think we should put Keke Palmer in Major Threats here. And granted, I haven't seen all these movies. I'm just telling you, like Keke Palmer was a standout this year. So it's definitely worth I think keeping on your list. All right, so here we go. Best adapted screenplay. We have the front runners are Glass Onion, Women Talking, All Quiet on the Western Front, Living, and White Noise. Oh
my god, bro! They've got 3 of the highest grossing movies of 2022 in possibilities for adapted screenplay: Top Gun, Black Panther, and Avatar.
Yeah,
crazy.
Look, if we're speaking from a screenplay standpoint, I'm gonna have to say I think this list seems pretty fair to me. I mean, look, you got Noah Baumbach in here. He's one of the, I haven't seen White Noise, but he's one of the greatest writers working today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say, yeah, he's probably getting in. I've heard great things about the All Quiet on the Western Front script. Women Talking for sure. Rian Johnson's in there for Glass Onion. He's staying, I guarantee it. I don't know about this Living movie, but if I had to say the only other one we might be able to see, and again, from a screenplay standpoint, I'm gonna say let's put Black Panther in Major Threats here because I think that
I was gonna say between Black Panther and Avatar because in terms of screenplay for what they wrote for Avatar 2 was also some incredible dialogue, the storyline from beginning to end for all the kids that were introduced into this film.
Yeah,
was just phenomenal. Honestly, they did a great job with Avatar: Way of Water. If I'm being honest.
Look, I think like with Black Panther, like it could be one of those things where it's like, well, if we can't get it in Best Picture, maybe we could try to get it into the screenplay category, you know. And I think that that's kind of where it might be coming from, because screenplay wise, from a screenplay standpoint, it is more impressive than Top Gun and Avatar from screenplay. Directing is a different story, but screenplay wise, I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, I think Coogler is the stronger writer here. I mean, with him and Joe Robert Cole, I thought they were the stronger writers this year in terms of screenplay. Well, I mean,
Black Panther was a major threat for Best Picture, so
it's so pulpy in terms of its dialogue, you know, and I'm just kind of thinking about that, you know, how much dialogue. I mean, Black Panther had to run through and how they had to maneuver this thing. Not to mention, the other reason it's a major threat is because they had to rewrite that script because the original script was based, you know, that's the other reason I think, yeah, because the original one had Boseman. So that's a script they had to go back, redo, and reformat in such a way that didn't have Chadwick Boseman. That's why I think it's very deserving of a nomination here for adapted.
Oh, I would definitely put it in front runner or even major threat. Actually,
I mean, because not only are we adapting a script from the comics, we're adapting a script from an original script. You know, which I get that scripts get rewritten constantly, but they had to figure out how to navigate without Chadwick Boseman, and when they had a clear-cut plan with him in there, you know. And so to me, I think that just makes it that much more impressive. That's why I think from a screenplay standpoint, we're looking at Wakanda Forever. I think it's very possible that gets nominated here. So it could take the place of Living, I think, on this list. The rest of them I'm not going to argue with in terms of what they have here. I think that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, honestly, just from personal standpoint, from what I heard from dialogue and stuff, I personally wouldn't put Glass Onion as a front runner in terms of dialogue.
I think
from screenplay,
I think the reception on it, man. I mean, I think Rian Johnson's one of the best writers we have working, dude. I think he's absolutely getting in there. He's 100%.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think just based on hype and what other people think, but just I don't know, man. I think the dialogue was just too cliche and just too too cringe at some points.
I think it's getting in. I
guess that's the whole point of the whodunit, which just I guess isn't for me really, but you know.
Yeah. But I wanted to go back up here actually because I I did fail to mention something on front runners, that somebody that nobody's looking at in Best Actress. Jenna Ortega for Fallout. Nobody's talking about. I find that to be fascinating.
Oh my god, yeah, she was. Honestly, yeah, you're not wrong. She was incredible in that movie. Honestly, absolutely. I've seen that movie like 5 times already.
Yeah, and I'm baffled. I'm baffled that she's not being spoken about here, because that is somebody we need to be looking at, I think, as far as maybe even being a major threat. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, because I mean, look at the year Jenna Ortega's had alone. I mean, with all 4 of her projects this year, that's an Oscar campaign right there. Just doing those projects.
She said X, Fallout, with the Wednesday show, Scream.
Yeah. I'm not saying she's getting in, but
other thing too is Fallout was in 2021, so it wouldn't count for this.
Wait. Officially, it was 2022. Officially. 2021.
January 27th.
Yeah, yep. Officially, it was 2022.
True.
It didn't qualify, from what I understand, for the last year's Oscars. So I think it would qualify for this year. So I think that
I'd put her in major threat for Best Actress.
I think she's way up there. I'm more surprised people aren't talking about that. So I wanted to go back up there and mention that before we got done.
And also,
here.
The reception that movie's had.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now
best original screenplays. We have Everything Everywhere All at Once for the Daniels. I think absolutely they get nominated. Fabelmans for Tony Kushner and Spielberg 100%. Absolutely is getting nominated. Banshees of Inisherin, Mark McDonough. I think absolutely, yeah. I agree. I think Mark McDonough, another one of those guys I put in there with Ryan, just one of the best writers we have working today. Todd Field for Tar. I've heard the script is incredible. I think it's a lock. Triangle of Sadness. Again, this is one of those that I'm just, I don't know. You know, and again, it's nothing against, I haven't seen the movie, but it's just in terms of the steam that is has kind of been around it.
And there's a lot of the major threats that you could replace it with, because you have Elvis, you've got The Woman King, which I've heard is incredible. I mean, you have Nope in there from Jordan Peele. I don't know. Till. I mean.
Yeah, dude.
Dude.
Look, another one of the guys that I think is one of our better writers working today here in the possibilities is James Gray for Armageddon Time. But Armageddon Time is another movie that is just kind of gone down or lost steam as time went on. The one I want to talk about here that I think could easily get in the possibility section is RRR. Everybody is talking about this fucking movie. Like,
into the major threats?
Oh, I think it could get nominated.
Really?
RRR. Yeah. That's because, dude, everybody is talking about this movie. And I think that they're going to want to show it a little love here. Honestly, I really do. So, man, I would not take that off the front runners. Honestly, I would keep RRR in front runners. Everybody's talking about that script and how brilliant it was. I think we need to keep that in there. And the other thing that gets pointed out about RRR constantly is how original it actually is. I mean, from an originality standpoint, this is the type of thing that belongs in that category. I think that we need to look at RRR.
Even Jessica Chastain is going off about this movie.
Yeah, it's phenomenal from what I hear, and so,
which I guess is a good thing for Bollywood, because that one Bollywood film that just came out not too long ago is getting crapped on.
Oh, the one on Disney Plus? Yeah. I'm hearing bad things. I'm hearing not so great things.
I've heard nothing but bad things about that movie.
Yeah, exactly. So I think RRR, Bollywood needs a win here, and I think this is the exact type of movie that would end up in the front runners.
I need to watch this movie.
Now we have Best International Feature, which we got All Quiet on the Western Front. I think that's a lock for getting in there. It could even win. Close, Argentina, Decision to Leave, and EO. Dude, again, RRR, man. I mean, I think you put RRR in there. I don't know why it's not.
Yeah, it's not even major threats or possibilities.
Yeah, RRR needs to be on this, dude. I think that this is easily a front runner. I mean, the way people are talking about RRR, if it doesn't get nominated for Best International Feature, I'm going to be surprised. That's the only reason I wanted to look at this, is to make sure RRR was getting in. So that's interesting. Documentary. I didn't see a lot of docs this year. I will tell you.
I don't think I saw any.
I'll tell you what, man. That Selena Gomez doc needs to be in this. I am blown away that's not. I think that is an amazing doc.
This Hallelujah one, the guy who made the song Hallelujah, that I need to watch that one because I absolutely love that song. I think that one could be a major threat.
Other than that, I just wanted to mention that, but we can move on. Hallelujah, you think it may be a major threat though?
Honestly, because I haven't seen the
given the context,
of Leonard Cohen, who wrote one of the most popular songs in the entire world that has been remixed by so many different artists.
It's a good point.
I mean, Pentatonics did their own acapella version of the song, and it's beautiful. It's used in movies, shows. I mean, it's just such a big song that I feel like it definitely could be, if not in frontrunners, then definitely a major threat for the front runners.
Best animated feature. I think they nailed this list. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio
I've heard nothing but great things from Puss in Boots: Last Wish. I've heard it's better than the first one. That's what people are saying.
Turning Red easily is getting in. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. I have a lot of friends that told me it's the best animated flick of the year.
See, this list is
and Pinocchio.
This list is fucked because they don't have the Dragon Ball Z Super.
Well, let's look at the major contenders. They also say Inu O.
Yes.
Strange World. Apollo 10.5.
No, it's not. Movie, I just looked. It's not even the possibilities. Like.
Oh, I'm just reading them. I wasn't. But yeah, dude. I think they nailed this list, dude. I think that these are from the people.
Nah, bro.
The best.
Bro, Dragon Ball Super needs to be.
What do you take out?
What you mean? Oh, from the front?
Yeah.
I mean, there's two on this list that I haven't seen.
Marcel the Shell with Shoes On is considered to be like one of the best animated movies in years. I mean, you got Turning Red.
I've heard good.
I've heard incredible things about the Turning Red. Nobody has ever told me. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is not even. It's supposedly one of the best animated films of the year. Same with Puss in Boots.
And I still haven't seen the Guillermo
same with Wendell and Wild.
I need to watch.
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
I just don't know who I would take out for that. I'm not dissing your take. I just like, Jesus Christ, these are literally what I have heard all year has been the best. So like I just have
the Rotten Tomatoes for Wendell and Wild though ain't too good. Not compared to what Dragon Ball Superhero's done.
I maybe, but I've just heard a lot of great things about it.
No, I know because I just looked at the Rotten Tomatoes for Wendell and Wild, and they don't compare it to what Dragon Ball Super has done.
I think they should throw Minions in the major threats though, because I mean Minions got a lot of hype this year. They have it in possibilities. I would put it up in major threats. You know what? I'm not.
Bro, I'd put Dragon Ball Super over Minions Rising Through in major contenders. If I'm being honest.
All right, man. I don't think the Academy's paying attention to it, but that's
It'd be because they're racist. I'm just kidding.
I don't think that's
I'm kidding. They don't like anime. They don't respect anime.
Look, dude. I'm gonna say
you don't see a single anime. You don't see a single anime ever really be. I guess besides Bell. If that
Bell was right. I think it did. I think he did.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure. No, it didn't, because you know what? That was last year's movie, so it would have been this year. So it didn't either. Which is
crazy. You see what I mean, bro? They're hating on anime, bro. I swear they don't like on nominating anime.
Oh, maybe
they're honestly they're sleeping on anime. I'm just telling you right now, the Oscars are sleeping on anime. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fair enough. But yeah, dude, I think that we need to put Minions in the major threats. I'm surprised League of Super Pets didn't make it in. I just heard too many good things about it. I'm surprised it didn't make it in.
I feel like the hype is kind of dying.
The what?
The hype behind that movie is kind of dying.
Maybe, but I just it's weird to me that it didn't make it. At least in possibilities. I just figured they would at least consider it a possibility. But all right, I didn't see it, so
wait, I think
cinematography.
They actually do have a movie, an anime in the nomination.
Yeah, see, there you go.
It's Inu O. That's the anime, but it's in major contenders.
Yeah,
I'm about to give it a watch and see, because I feel like Dragon Ball Super, again, I'm gonna just keep writing them, but I feel like Dragon Ball Super definitely deserved to be in. I mean, I'll give this one a watch and see if it deserves it over Dragon Ball Super, but
yeah,
I'm telling you, bro, it should be in there over Strange World, bro. I heard nothing but bad things about that movie. Strange World, I didn't even like the trailer that much, if I'm being honest.
I didn't like the trailer either. I haven't seen it though, so it's hard to judge. All right, so front runners for best cinematography, we're looking at Top Gun Maverick.
That's a lock.
Yeah. Avatar's a lock.
That's a lock.
Fabelman's,
From what I've
probably.
heard, maybe.
Spielberg directed it, man. I mean, I can only imagine it would.
But it's all about the cinematographer.
I get that. But
cinematography comes down to.
So when have you seen a Spielberg movie that had bad cinematography ever?
I haven't.
Okay, all right, thank you.
But that's because he knows how to choose his cinematography.
Exactly, that's my point. It's getting in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even for the trailers, the movie looks beautiful.
I think that's a lock. Fabelman's a lock.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Babylon, I'm not too sure about Babylon.
I don't know. We'll see, man. Cinematography standpoint,
I was
Giselle,
gonna say, in terms of film, I haven't heard good things, but cinematography, I don't know about.
I mean, Damien Chazelle always picks good cinematographers too. I mean, much like Spielberg. So I think it's possible that Babylon is there.
And then Elvis.
Elvis for sure. Now the weird thing is though, Elvis I think for sure. I think Bosler. I think the cinematography in that movie is undeniably amazing. What I find to be odd is Black Panther, not Babylon.
The Batman is in the possibilities. They finally got a nomination.
There you go.
Ish mentioned they're in the possibilities.
But I think Black Panther, man. I think that takes over Babylon.
I was literally about to say that. I think Black Panther takes over Babylon because the cinematography in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever is just beautiful. The whole cinematography of the entire movie is
everything everywhere all at once is definitely a major threat here. I think that cinematography was incredible throughout.
I mean, it's in the list.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to look at that.
I think the Batman. Oh my gosh, they put "Don't Worry, Darling" in possibilities for best cinematography.
It's a well shot movie. I mean, there's no denying it.
I think the Batman goes up into major threats for cinematography too, just because that movie is also shot so beautifully.
I agree. I think it's definitely worthy of a major threat. However, and Woman King. I mean, Jesus, dude.
Oh yeah, but I've heard that movie looks beautiful. Shot.
You could tell just from the trailers how good it is.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But Everything Everywhere, man, and same with Black Panther. I think they could slip in here over Babylon and Elvis.
Oh, I was literally gonna say I was gonna say that.
Everything Everywhere and Black Panther for sure could slip in over those. Best costume design, we have Elvis, Black Panther, Babylon, honestly, Fabelman's Living.
I think from those, I think Black Panther wins.
I think Elvis.
The costumes in Black Panther were
they were great. It's probably the upset here, but I'm going to say Elvis. I think Elvis takes this one. This is the one Elvis will win, I think. For sure.
You got Woman King.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good possibilities in here. Avatar, obviously. Well, that's kind of tough, but the whole movie's fucking animated.
True.
So you animated your costume.
Empire Light, Till. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, I don't think Everywhere gets in there for that. I definitely think you're looking at
I think it's between Elvis and Black Panther for sure.
Yeah, those two are the front runners easily. I think that those are one of those two is going to win.
Batman got a possibility for best costume design.
Hey, dude, that's a possibility. It's
and not Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Jeez.
Yeah. Interesting. All right.
Have you seen it yet?
No, I hear it's amazing. Everybody tells me it's great.
I need to watch it, bro.
No,
honestly, I just hope it's better than the live action, bro. Because that live
action. It's Guillermo del Toro, first of all, so you have that going for it. It's going to be better than that. And also it's Josh's favorite movie of the year right now as Pinocchio. So,
shit.
Yeah, I've just heard nothing but great things. It's made a lot of people's top 10 lists too. All right, so editing, we're looking at Maverick, Avatar. Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Fabelman's. It's Everything Everywhere wins. Everything Everywhere wins.
I was just say Avatar has to be up there too, just because I can imagine having to edit all that CGI stuff has to be a pain in the.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worthy of a nomination, but Everything Everywhere wins this. If it doesn't, I'm going to be shocked. It's clearly.
I think Avatar would be the upset if Everywhere doesn't win.
I actually think Elvis will be the upset here, personally. Having seen them both, man, I can tell you, I think it's Everything Everywhere and Elvis. There's editing choices in that movie that Everything Everywhere, first of all, I still don't know how they did it. Like when I see the editing, it's like I don't know how they did it.
I could say the same thing about the Avatar movies, bro. I'm like, how the hell do you even edit all that shit? Like that must be some.
I don't know, man. Not the way in Everything Everywhere. Not the way it was in Everything Everywhere. That's easily.
But I just still think it has to be at least second, just because.
No, man, I don't think so.
I could just imagine the hard work and dedication that went into all the editing choices.
Look, I'm not saying it's not an impressively edited movie, but the editing and everything everywhere all at once is like,
I know, I understand that one. I'm just saying, compared to a movie like Elvis, that
dude, Elvis has like some of the craziest fucking cuts I've ever seen. It's unreal what.
Yeah, but when it comes to editing, it's not just about the cutting though. You have to look at the editing of the entire movie as a whole. Where that's where I say the Avatar, because it's not just cuts. It's about the CGI you have to edit. You have to. It's just so much. The complexity of the editing in Avatar just has to trump Elvis.
I see what you're saying. I'm just,
if it doesn't get second and Elvis gets second, then I'm just gonna quit. I'm just gonna quit life, because there's just no way.
I just disagree.
Just no way.
I think it's impressive editing. I just disagree that it's in the front runners here. I think it's still between Everything Everywhere. Everything Everywhere is going to win, but Elvis is definitely this runner up here easily.
I think Avatar is, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Watch Elvis.
I think Elvis could. I feel like Elvis could definitely get at least third. But
I disagree. All right. So let's see. So we're looking at, I mean, these major threats, man. I mean,
Black Panther.
I don't see any of these. I think that this list is the list. I think that they got it.
I think 100% those front runners are the front runners. Yeah,
100% on that one. Yeah, I don't see any of those getting taken out.
Geez, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is a possibility.
Yeah, granted, I still need to see that one. But
same.
I just,
Batman's in the possibilities too.
Yeah, it is. So it's getting a little love in some of these categories. All right, best makeup and hairstyling. We're
Black
looking
Panther.
at.
Ooh, that's definitely.
Yeah, I think Black Panther wins that one.
Oh no, yeah, without a shadow of doubt, 100%. Because the amount of makeup and hairstyling you had to do for that movie.
Elvis obviously being the upset. Now I won't say like the way Austin Butler looked was apples to Elvis, but they did a good job making him look close. You know what I mean? Like they did a good job.
Yeah, but then when you compare that to all the hairstyling and makeup they had to do for Black Panther,
I agree. I think Black Panther wins. Yeah, I just think Elvis is the upset, because when you look at like the way they did Austin Butler and Tom Hanks, forget it, man. I mean, he looked just like the Colonel in that. I mean, he was unreal in that movie. The makeup and hairstyling for that. So that could be the upset, but you're right on the Black Panther thing in terms of how many people they had to, do for, and like 100%. I'll give you that, because Elvis, you're looking at two main performances you had to do major prosthetics
on. You have everyone.
Yeah, I agree.
Basically everyone.
But
honestly, though, neither of these two compared to Cruella, though. I mean,
oh yeah, dude.
Oh my!
We knew that was gonna win. We were like, dude,
that's gonna win. Because honestly, the makeup and hairstyling in that movie is probably one of the best.
It's some of the best I've seen in a while.
In a very long time. Honestly,
you're not wrong, dude. I mean gosh, can we just like take a moment to reflect on Cruella really quick, because
dude,
that film.
I've seen that movie like 8 times already, bro. That movie's just too good.
I think even though it got good reception, I still think it's underrated. Like I still think that one is just so underrated. I mean, wow.
Yeah, it could be, but honestly, like that's probably the best part of the whole movie is the makeup and hairstyle.
100%. I love that
movie.
Had
to do in that movie. It was amazing. Oh, now look who's original scores. John Williams, big up. Let's go. Please win for me.
You know who's not in here? And I thought he was going to win this year.
Who?
Michael Giacchino.
Oh, for Batman.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be John Williams, bro.
You know who else isn't in here? Although he is a major threat. Ludwig.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw him right there for Black Panther, yeah.
Michael Giacchino. Damn. So, I'm sorry, who did you think was going to take this one? John Williams for Fabelmans?
I think John, come on, man. He's
yeah, don't get me wrong. If John Williams did a movie and nominated him,
Man always comes out with the most iconic scores ever. I mean, you look back at Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Jaws, E.T. I mean, the list just goes on and on for this guy. He just knows what he's doing.
I haven't heard the Fabelmans score. I will just tell you my favorite score of the year is the Batman so far. And I'm just shocked. I'm shocked.
Honestly, when you showed me the clip,
oh my god, came out, I think that is Michael Giacchino's masterpiece. The fact that they don't even think he's a possibility here blows my mind. Blows my mind.
It could be that come Oscar time we see him there. Could be. He's not even in possibilities. That's crazy.
Best original song.
Ooh,
Hold my hand. Hold my hand's gonna win.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
I was between that one and Lift Me Up from Black Panther because that one's gotten crazy.
Lift Me Up's got a good chance, but the only reason I'm gonna say I don't think Lift Me Up wins is because of what happened with All the Stars in when the first Black Panther came out. Because I thought All the Stars was gonna win, and I screwed myself on that.
You know who I think is in the major threats who I feel like could come up too is the one from Avatar: Way of Water. Nothing is lost. The one with
the Weeknd? Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, I feel like that one could come up into the front runners and possibly be
agree.
nominated. But I think 100% without a shot of a doubt, Hold My Hand.
I think it's Hold My Hand, but look,
Lady
dude,
Gaga, yeah.
What do you take the meaning of Lift Me Up though?
That's what I mean.
It's an upset. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like because it's supposed to be about Chadwick, isn't it?
Right, exactly. So when you take that meaning, like, it's possible.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be like on that Chadwick Boseman bandwagon. Like, oh yeah, this song really reminds me of him when I listen to it and all that. I feel like a lot of people are gonna.
I just think overall, and I'm not trying to insult it, I do think Hold My Hand is the better song too here.
Lady Gaga, man, yeah, she's just.
It was a great song. I mean, it was a great.
Ciao Papa from Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio's in the front runners.
Yeah, I see that. I think it's going to be Hold My Hand. I definitely do.
Yeah, and if there's any upset, it's probably going to be Lift Me Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look here at best production
they have
design.
Impossibilities. Whoa. Impossibilities for best original song. They have My Mind and Me by Selena Gomez.
Makes me happy that they're thinking about it.
Yeah.
I love that song. I love that song.
I still don't think I've heard that song.
It's a good song.
I have to give it a listen.
We'll listen to it after this because you need to hear
we should
that.
We should listen to the Fablemans track too, just to.
Oh yeah. What do they have in there for Fablemans?
It's
They don't. Oh, Possibilities.
No, it was for best original score by the Fablemans.
Oh, we need to listen to the score. Yeah. Sean Williams, 100%.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
100%.
Anyway,
right, best production design.
Oh, wait, hold on. I just noticed that they had that as a possibility, so let's take on here a second.
Selena Gomez.
Yeah, look, I'm all gonna say. I know that they don't think so. I'm not gonna be surprised that gets nominated for.
Win?
No, it's not gonna win, but I won't be surprised if it gets nominated because that song is.
Could be. It's a possibility.
Well, look, I mean, you think about the song in general. I mean, it is the most. This is also why I'm surprised they don't have it in documentary. If they think might be nominated for best original song, why not?
Well, because maybe there's documentaries that are better. I mean,
yeah, it's possible. I haven't seen a lot, but I gave that documentary a masterpiece rating just to throw that out there, though, personally, and that's my own opinion. All right. Anyway, so I'm just saying, don't be surprised that climbs its way into the nominations, man. I mean, I just think it's a great tune. All right, let's move on to production design. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
We only got three left.
Yeah.
Production, best sound, and best visual effects.
We'll talk about some
production
DC
design.
All right.
Production design. I mean, shoot, there's a lot of movies that. I mean, you got Black Panther, Elvis, Babylon, Avatar, and Glass Onion. Okay. I mean, and then major threats. I mean, I don't know, how was Everything Everywhere's production design?
It's great. It's a tough year for that because we had so many great blockbusters. That's what I'm looking at this list and taking away from it is.
I mean, Batman's in there, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio's in there, Fableman's is in there.
Look, I'm gonna say something that I don't. I mean, look, I think with this one, it's anybody's game, man. I mean,
I was gonna say it's really hard to choose.
Yeah.
In terms of production design, I feel like, I mean, you could argue for any of these. I mean, Avatar: Way of Water.
Even Don't Worry, Darling had incredible production design. I mean, it's so tough. This is anybody's game for me.
I feel like maybe even The Woman King. I mean, come on now, like that movie's.
Any of these can get nominated and win, and I'd say it was fair.
Could be.
I'd say it was fair if any of them win, dude. I think all these are just such good picks. It's anybody's game.
Designed so well. You know what I mean? Like, this is probably the hardest one. Like, because it could be any of these movies, and any of them deserve it.
If I had to put my 5 in there, I'm gonna say my 5 would be Black Panther, Elvis, Avatar, The Batman, and actually Top Gun Maverick would be my 5.
Which is even a possibility.
Which is insane to me. That's insanity. When you look at the
dude, yeah, I would definitely put I'd put Black Panther, Avatar, Batman, Top Gun, and again, I haven't seen any of these other movies, but
yeah. Now the
maybe
thing that
maybe even Fableman's. Honestly, I still haven't seen that movie, but I feel like the production design on that one is probably insane.
The thing that works against Top Gun is they did use so many real locations. So I guess you're not designing as many productions, but to me, the fact that they still use that, I think it's still worthy. I don't disagree, but that would be my 5. In terms of production design, that'd be Black Panther, Elvis, Avatar, Top Gun, and the Batman.
You never said okay, and the Batman. Yeah, I definitely those. I'd probably switch Elvis for like I don't know. I need to watch Fableman still, but like maybe Fableman's could get in there. I just have to see the production design.
But like I said, dude, like Don't Worry Darling had incredible production design, and I mean to me, like
no, they have Don't Worry Darling in there twice.
oh, that was a typo, obviously.
Yeah.
Or they just think it's gonna win. I don't know.
Yeah, put it twice in the possibilities. It's gonna win.
I'll tell you this: if it gets nominated for anything, it will be this category. I'll tell you right now. If that movie gets nominated for anything, this is the category to nominate it because, that production design, it's undeniably incredible because they did have to build that whole neighborhood. I mean, clearly
look at the advertisement. Look at the advertisement on your thingy. It says red, turning red. Best picture, best animated feature. One of Pixar's best
for Golden Globe and Critics' Choice. Yeah, see, there you are.
Best sound. Ooh.
Oh no! Did we miss visuals? Oh no, we're on best sound.
No,
You're right.
Visuals the last one. Yeah.
All right, so best sound, we're looking at Maverick. Yeah, that's got to be in there. That might even win.
Yeah. I was honestly between Maverick. I'm between 3. I'm between Maverick, Avatar, and Black Panther because those sounds in those movies.
I think those are the obvious 3 front runners there.
Just because the sounds in those movies,
although
those 3 are just
the Batman. When that Batmobile revs up in that movie, oh my god!
It's in the Major Threat, and it possibly could even be.
I think it gets nominated. I think the Batman gets nominated.
You know what? I think it replaces either Elvis or All Quiet on the Western Front.
I bet you it replaces All Quiet in the Western Front. I think Elvis stays. I think all these stay.
Yeah, honestly, like in terms of a movie like Elvis,
it's musical. I was gonna say
exactly. Yeah,
and it did have good sound design in there. I mean, the sound design was incredible. And the mixing, I mean, because they're mixing design and mixing now.
You also have everything in Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio's possibilities, which
I don't think Everything Everywhere All at Once I would nominate for sound. I'm sorry, like
I still have to watch Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, but that one even could be like a major threat for nomination, just because I know Pinocchio has like a lot of music and like just sounds because it is about fairy tales and stuff. So I feel like that one could even be a major threat possible for nomination.
I think the Batman gets nominated here, dude. I really do, man. I think like
no 100. I'm just saying that like Pinocchio.
I hear you. It could
like that one could also be like one of, but definitely Black Panther, Top Gun, and Avatar like the 3 for sure.
Yeah, and just because Elvis will stay. I think Elvis will stick around.
Batman could be the 5th. Yeah, for sure. But those are my top 3: Top Gun, Avatar, and Black Panther.
I think Top Gun takes it. I do. But don't.
But I mean, if I was to say if Avatar, Black Panther, or Batman win, I wouldn't be upset because the sound in those other 3 are just phenomenal.
100%.
Yeah, it's honestly with Top Gun, it's just that the sound of the jets. You know what I mean? It's just like, dude, it's just it's awesome just hearing the sounds of them just revving those jets and all. Yeah, it's just great.
All right, best visual effects. Want to say it with me? Avatar, The Way of Water. That's gonna be the winner there. Bro, I mean,
look what movie. Look, this is the only nomination that Doctor Strange has gotten.
Multiverse of Madness
and Jurassic World Dominion and Fantastic Beasts.
It's those Avatar. 3. It wins.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, the CGI, like best visual effects. Come on,
it's winning.
Like, come on,
it's a lot.
If there's any movie that's gonna win, if Avatar doesn't win, then I will be the most surprised motherfucker in the world.
You might as well tack this one on as an by the way at the end of the show, honestly, because we all know it's. Like, look, by the way, Avatar did win.
You might as well have made 4 different categories. Put gonna win, front runners, major threats, and possibilities.
They might as well tell us now. Just don't even do this in the show. Just tell us now that's one. We all know it's winning.
Honestly, everyone in the
competition here.
Everyone in their mom knows that Avatar is winning best visual effects because I mean the CGI alone is just like, and then the fact that the 3D with what they did too is just. visually stunning.
I frankly think this and editing are the only two without competition. I think Everything Everywhere takes editing. I think Avatar: The Way of Water takes visual. I'm sorry, like that's just. I think
I agree
these are
with
the
you
only
on
two.
this one. Editing is the only one that I'm still kind of iffy on,
I
but
still think Everything Everywhere takes it.
I mean, I still need to
Watch the
watch it,
movie and
obviously,
then
but
get back
yeah.
to me because.
But no, visual. This one is the only one that for me is a 100% lock.
All right.
That it's gonna be Avatar.
Oh yeah. That's easy.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
It's too easy. Yeah. All right, guys. Look, that is the Oscar nomination predictions. But let us know in the comments what you thought stood out here and all that, because yeah, definitely. I mean, we all are going to have our own opinions on this. I mean, Jose disagrees with me on Everything Everywhere, for example, and I think that's absolutely going to win that one. Oh, you know what the third one is? Brendan Fraser. He wins Best Actor. I think that's happening.
Okay. Yes, I still need to watch The Whale, but
I don't need to watch it to tell you that. Just the trailer, man. He's winning. That's all I need. I'm gonna watch the movie, but I'm just saying, based on the trailer, he's winning that. Anyway, guys, yeah, let us know for sure. But let's get into this DC stuff, man, because this is a hefty one. So there's a lot to break down in this. All right, let's take a look at this. Secret meetings, Tequila and Black Adam versus Superman. How Dwayne Johnson's bid for DC power flamed out. All right, so DC guys, it's a hot topic right now. Ever since James Gunn bought this not bought the company, I'm sorry, was given the keys to the house for DC. Yeah, and it's been divisive, dude. And look, I mean, I'll go ahead and say before we even start the article here, there's a lot more to get into, but I just want to point out, like, I'm a James Gunn fan. I trust everything he does. He has not let us down once. I think he is gonna, whatever he does, we need to wait and see what it is, because honestly, it's James Gunn, and everything he's done has been gold. I just think, regardless of who he's cutting and all this other stuff, let's wait and see what he does. But let's get into the article and kind of break this down a little bit, because I think there's a lot of things people are confused about here that I would like to clear up. From chaos comes order, to paraphrase whoever the fuck that is. Nishi. Sorry about that. And that is certainly the hope in the new year when it comes to the DC Extended Universe, which endured the most tumultuous 12 months of any studio division in 2022. Absolutely. Amid the upheaval, the release plan for the upcoming quote-unquote The Flash teetered, following a series of arrests and meltdowns involving its star. As a Miller closely guarded Aquaman deal, points were laid bare in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial, and the $78 million Batgirl movie was permanently shelved in post-production as a write-down. All that was just an appetizer for an executive shakeup that landed James Gunn and Peter Safran, who we can't forget is also partners with him, in the DC driver's seat. But perhaps, lost my spot here. Perhaps nothing was as dramatic as Henry Cavill's return, or having Cavill returning briefly as Superman in a Black Adam cameo in October, only to lose the gig 2 months later. All right. So as 2023,
I don't see why you put Henry Cavill in there if he's not even gonna fucking return.
Yeah, but the difference is, or not difference, I'm sorry, but the thing that you got to understand is when Henry Cavill was put in here, and we'll get into some of that in this article here too. Cavill was put in there before Gunn took over. You know, when you get new management, and that's at any company, changes happen. That's just how it is. And again, we don't know the exact changes. All we know that is that their plan does not include Henry Cavill, what they want to do with DC. Despite how much you and I love Henry Cavill, and dude, you know, I was so fucking excited when we saw that post-credit scene. Despite how much we love Henry Cavill,
I was screaming in my fucking theater when I saw that guy pop up.
As much as I love him, and I'm saddened by the fact that we don't get to have him back now. When James Gunn says this isn't a part of the plan, I'm gonna go with Gunn, man. I mean, it's James Gunn, dude. He gave us Peacemaker and Suicide Squad, arguably the best two things in the DCEU. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, that's. I mean, come on. But
yeah, but so is Man of Steel, and like
I love Man of Steel,
and I want to see more of Henry Cavill.
But we knew forever ago they were getting away from Snyder, man. I mean.
And I mean, look at how his theatrical.
And the other thing we got to remember too is the theatrical numbers for Man of Steel, right? I mean, look, I know that there's a lot of fans out there, but we have to remember, like, the overall general audience did not take to this current iteration of the DC universe, man. I mean, you start to look at, I mean, Black Adam lost money. It has the biggest movie star on the planet in it. It lost money. It just goes to show you, like, this current iteration of the DC Universe, while you and I might have fun with it, and trust me, I was defending more DC Universe movies than most people.
I mean, when you really look at the Suicide Squad's box office, it's way less than Man of Steel's box office.
But day and date, that's the difference. They had day and date on HBO. If it didn't do day and date in HBO, I think we'd be having a different conversation about that box office. So
yeah, true.
I'm just saying and even that, but that now that you brought that up, even that shows you how soured people are on this current iteration of the DCU. You have to make changes. They had to. I don't think that they had a choice. I mean, look, you had this Ezra Miller controversy, which we'll get into that. You have all that kind of going on right now. There's so much sourness in this fucking universe, dude. You have to.
If anything, people are sour now that they kicked out fucking Henry
No.
Cavill.
No. What you're hearing is a loud minority. I'm sorry. That is a loud minority. I'm just telling you right now. And the only reason it's loud right now is because of that cameo. Because that cameo happened. Dude, go back to when Man of Steel came out and listen to all the fucking loud majority at that time. The angry ones are always the louder, dude. And you listen to the angry people at the time Man of Steel came out, they did not like Henry Cavill's iteration of Superman. The only reason...
Because all I heard was praise from his iteration of Superman.
No, not when Man of Steel came out. You go back and check that out. Yeah.
No, when it first came out and I watched it, I heard nothing but good things about it.
It's bullshit. Because I'm not saying you're bullshitting me. But I'm saying that when that came out, trust me, dude, when that movie came out, everybody hated Henry Cavill's iteration of Superman. Not everybody, a lot of people, most people. And that movie failed in the box office. It lost money.
It hasn't anymore.
It lost money, period. It failed in the box office. This current iteration of DC Universe, it wasn't sitting well with the audiences.
Well, no, if you look at the budget and box office of Man of Steel, it actually made money.
What was the budget?
The budget was $225 million.
What was the box office?
$668 million. So it made like $400 million.
That's not true. That's false.
How's that false?
You're not accounting marketing in that. That's why it's false. I'm guessing.
You're trying to tell me their budget was more than $225 million?
No, I believe the budget was $225 million production budget. You're not taking in marketing costs. You always add marketing. Always add marketing. And if it made money, it was just like skimming a little off the top, man. I mean, you're not really making much of a profit on that. Not to mention it wasn't received well. People didn't like Man of Steel. So
it was okay. It was $375 million with marketing on top of the budget, which still makes money.
What, $100 million?
No, $150 million added to 200. So $375 million was the total.
And then how much did it make in the box office?
$668 million. So it made money.
Not much.
It made like $300 million, which is more than what Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but you're talking about a fucking Superman movie.
That's still, I mean, but
maybe it did lose money, so I apologize on that. But it's a Superman movie. Come on, dude. And then they put out a movie called Batman v Superman. It should have made $1 billion overnight, but it should have made $1 billion overnight. You can't sit here and tell me that people like this current iteration of the DC Universe. It's just not true. Dude, Black Adam had the biggest movie star on the planet. It should have made $1 billion overnight. Just for the name Dwayne Johnson. Maybe not $1 billion, but it should have been at least fucking close to it. Like $800 million.
How much did it make? Oh my God, $400 million.
You can't tell me that people like this current iteration of the DC Universe. I'm talking about general audiences, not our circles.
I preferred the older one to the newer one.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. Our circles of fandom, they loved Henry Cavill. General audience viewers, not so much, dude. I'm telling you right now, that was what was going on.
I don't think the general audience likes either iteration of DCU, bro.
In terms of either iteration.
Yeah, either. I don't think they like either.
Yeah, but that was my point, though.
I think their fandom is falling faster than a car.
Yeah, but how the fuck can you say you don't like this iteration of the DC Universe? Not you, but the people. They haven't seen this iteration of the DC Universe.
Well, apparently they have.
James Gunn and Safran haven't even done a movie yet. They haven't even put out their first movie.
I guess they're so tired of these new people taking over and they just being completely trashed.
Yeah, but that's what they're trying to do. Dude, when Safran and Gunn took over, they knew they were going to catch heat because everybody was going to jump on that Cavill bandwagon, myself included. I love Henry Cavill, but everybody jumped on the Cavill bandwagon after The Witcher came out. Then people love Henry Cavill. All of a sudden, Henry Cavill's the greatest Superman in the world. But you gotta understand.
Now we're only gonna have Cavill for like one season of fucking Witcher, and
I know. Witcher has nothing to do with what they're doing, but
yeah,
like what I'm trying to say is like everybody jumps on the bandwagon when there's negativity in the world. But the fact is, like this current iteration of the DC universe is not taking to audiences, man. You put Dwayne Johnson in a movie that should have made money. That should not have lost money in a fucking DC movie. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I mean, he's a moneymaker.
That movie. Thing is, I mean, you can stop on whatever movie you want. It's still not gonna. It should, but the fact is that the way that the movie was done was so bad that people didn't want to go back and see it.
I get that, but my point is that's part of it. But it doesn't mean, dude, it should have still made money. It's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's done shit before and turned out gold. You know,
like what?
Rampage was terrible. Made money.
I like that. I actually like that movie.
Made money, but it wasn't received well overall. I mean, it still made money.
Yes. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I liked it, so
it's fine. You're allowed to. I'm talking general reception. That's what you were asking about.
Oh,
not your opinion. So
I mean, Rampage, I guess is I mean,
look, what's the one stupid ass movie? Not stupid movie.
Central Intelligence.
No, there was another one that he did. Tooth Fairy. I had a lot of fun with the Tooth Fairy. I don't expect it to make money. You know, I had a lot of fun with that.
That's definitely one that I did not expect to make money.
Yeah, but I had fun with it. You know, it's like, so opinions are opinions, but like at the same hand, it's like, yeah.
I guess was this one too, San Andreas?
I love San Andreas.
I love that.
I thought that movie was awesome.
I just don't know if that one got received well.
I think it did.
Game plan. That's another one.
Yeah, I had fun with that.
Yeah, same. Those are like childhood favorites of mine.
Hey, that did make money actually. Game plan.
I honestly do think it did because that one's.
We're getting off topic. My point was the fact that Gunn, Safran, dude, they haven't even put out their first movie. Not even to mention they haven't even announced what they're doing yet. Like that's the thing that people.
Again, I'm telling you, it's because they just have no faith. Because of how many times this company has already been taken over and just completely shat on.
Yeah, but
they just don't have faith in you.
But we're talking about a master here.
At this point, okay, everyone thought that Snyder was a master, and look what he did.
No. That's not true, dude. You go back and look at the reception on Snyder's movies. That's not true.
I'm talking about before he even released anything or planned anything.
When? Man of Steel was his movie. He was the first one to touch it.
I'm telling you, because you're saying that James Gunn and
before they thought he was a master.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but the difference is Zack Snyder. What I'm trying to say here is Zack Snyder had terrible movies before Man of Steel. Sucker Punch sucked. It didn't get received well.
I feel like you could find a James Gunn movie.
Watchmen was divisive.
I feel like you can find James.
Good
Gunn
luck to you, sir. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah. Good luck to me.
Yeah. Good luck to you finding a James Gunn film.
Am I going to base this off Rotten Tomatoes score?
I'm saying James Gunn directed films. Yeah, you could base on Rotten Tomatoes score. There's not a movie that's been poorly received.
And by poorly, what? Below what percentage?
Give me a number. Under 68.
Under 68? Well, you keep talking while I try and look.
All right, good luck. All right.
Because I actually found one that was below 68 by the audience, not by the critics.
Critics, I'm talking.
Oh, okay. Well, then you keep talking. Well, here we go. Brightburn was not a James Gunn movie.
Not a James Gunn movie. You got to find James Gunn directed films that were under 68%. Okay. Good luck.
All right. You keep talking.
All right. So, let's get to this article here. As 2023 kicks off, DC bosses Gunn and Safran continue to sift through the rubble and will soon reveal their 3-year interconnected vision for the cinematic universe, which is coming this month, by the way, folks. Which won't include Cavill's Superman or Wonder Woman at all. But things could have gone in an alternate direction. Behind the scenes, a different group made a play for control of DC. Not long after Warner Brothers Discovery merger closed in April, Dwayne Johnson directly pitched CEO David Zaslav on a multi-year plan for Black Adam and a Cavill-led Superman, in which the two properties would interweave, setting up a Superman versus Black Adam showdown. Sources say Black Adam producers Hiram Garcia, who is Johnson's former brother-in-law, and Beau Flynn, who were part of the brain trust looking to take DC down a new path. Other sources confirmed the meeting, but downplayed any discussion of Adam's future. Although the movie took place amid a power vacuum created as former DC head Walter Hamada and Warner Brothers film chief Toby Emmerich prepared to exit, it ruffled feathers. Internally, sources said went around everyone, or Dwayne Johnson went around everyone, which didn't sit well, says one. All right, so let me break this down.
He only has 8 films. Crazy.
Yeah, he hasn't done a lot. Anyway, how'd that go?
Well, I actually found 2.
All right, which ones? Super got under 68?
49 by critics.
Wow, that blows my mind. I love Super.
And movie 43, which was technically directed by
No. He directed a segment in that. We're not counting that. He did a segment.
That movie got 4% by the critics.
Yeah, that's a terrible movie. He didn't direct that.
He has 1 out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies he's directed. He has 1 that's below.
So my point is, he's fairly consistent. Fine, fair enough. Super didn't get received well. That surprises me.
4 of the 7 that he's done are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 7 that he's done are based on superheroes and stuff like that. Which, I mean, I guess.
What is he taking over here?
Yeah, true.
What are we talking about here?
True.
Jose?
Yeah, true. No, you're right. You're right.
Thank you. All right.
But yeah, no. So what? You were surprised that Super got that low?
Oh yeah, I love that movie. I think that movie's hilarious. I'm surprised, dude.
The audience gave it a 15-6. Jesus.
That's crazy, dude. I love that movie. I think that's so underrated. I actually thought it had better reception. I'll be honest with you. So I'm surprised by that. But you're right about that one. But anyway, all the other ones. Let's be real.
I found one.
Yeah, you did. All right, I'll give it to you. All right, look, guys.
That's what I'm talking about. Is like, yeah, okay, cool. They have 2 dudes taking over, but like at this point, people are just sick and tired of new people that are quote unquote masters, and just completely shit on.
Yeah, but look, no. The difference is though now is that DC is now a studio, which means that it's going to be run in the way that the MCU was run initially before Chapek took over.
So now we have Iger back, so that's good.
Yeah, let's hope that gets back on track now. But like I'm saying, back when Feige was running Marvel, what they did was they made Marvel its own studio. This is a different case. We have to remember that. This is the first time DC has been its own studio, much like Marvel's its own studio.
I have full faith in Gunn and Safran. I'm just saying that, like, I'm just trying to play devil's
advocate. That's fair, and that's fair. I'm not dissing you for that. I'm saying that
because when I heard the announcement, I was actually thrilled to hear that Gunn and Safran were gonna take over because I have full faith in it. But I mean, just look at the superhero movies and supervillain movies that James Gunn has done. They're fucking masterpieces.
Yeah,
so I have full faith.
No, but I'm just seeing this repeat in story, not just with DC, but in general. But like, let's look at this, dude. I'll even go back to the 90s when Tim Burton was doing Batman and everybody was bitching. And everybody loved Tim Burton's Batman when it came out. Oh, Heath Ledger couldn't be the Joker, that little romance boy. And then when he comes out in the Joker, it's amazing. We're seeing the same story over and over and over again. We don't even know what the slate is. And out come the man babies. Look, I'm upset as anybody else that Henry Cavill's not a part of this universe. Dude, I hate it. I'm like, because you know me, man. I'm an advocate for Cavill, dude.
Yeah, I want to choke him out. That's what I want to do.
I want Cavill in this universe, but
I'm just sad that we're not going to see him in his.
I know.
In those 2 big roles, man.
But I have to think, for them to have done that, knowing the backlash they were going to get, there has to be a really good fucking plan in place. Now, their first movie comes out. It sucks. I'll be the first one to say, look, guys, I was wrong. But I don't think that's what we're going to get. And we don't even know what the slate is yet. As far as the Dwayne Johnson portion of this article, because we'll move on to that. Dude, people over at DC and Warner Brothers need to chill the fuck out. Dwayne Johnson's the biggest movie star in the planet. And executives know that they don't mean shit at that studio next to Dwayne Johnson. That's why he ruffled feathers trying to get his way with shit. Dude, come on, man. I don't think Black Adam was that great of a movie, but if you're Dwayne Johnson, who are you going to deal with? Executives, or are you going to deal with the head honcho, David Zaslav? You're going to go to the head honcho, David Zaslav. So the fact that they're saying that ruffled feathers is ridiculous to me. Now, don't get me wrong. Maybe Dwayne Johnson was walking down the hallways over there and pushing executives against the wall. If that's the case, that's a different story, but I don't see anything in the article about that.
True.
What I'm seeing is that they're mad because he made demands to David Zaslav. Well, when you have the clout of Dwayne Johnson, I highly expect you to go directly to David Zaslav himself and make those demands. These little puny executives who are afraid to lose their jobs because they said no to him are saying he ruffled feathers. Well, maybe you should play ball when Dwayne Johnson walks into your office. Maybe that's what you got to do. Look, I don't know the details of the situation, but just based on the information we had, I don't think it's a big deal that he went over to David Zaslav and tried to make demands. Because, dude, the worst that's going to happen is David Zaslav is going to tell you no. So why not try?
What's the worst that can happen when going up to the head honcho of the company and give them demands? I mean, the worst thing, like you said, is that they're going to say no. That's it.
We all know how these corporations work. These executives say, "Oh, don't go up to the head honcho. You go through me if you want something." When the fact is a lot of the times, if you want something done quicker, you go to the head honcho. And if he wanted to go to him to get Cavill back, why not?
Yeah, and it's not just Dwayne Johnson. It's any really A-list actor that has the sufficient amount of clout.
Yeah,
like. I could tell you that I bet you Jenna Ortega, she goes straight to the head honchos whenever she wants something.
Maybe, I don't know, but I don't know. I look, dude, what I would also say about this is the only reason that this article is kind of coming out painting this narrative is because Black Adam flopped. If Black Adam didn't flop, this narrative would not be getting painted right now.
Oh, yeah. No,
I'll be honest with you. Now, the one thing I will say about Dwayne Johnson that disappointed me over this whole Black Adam thing is when he was tweeting out the things like, I've talked to the financiers and Black Adam's going to make money. Clearly, that wasn't true. I didn't like that. And I think that Dwayne could have had a better attitude. But let me tell you, when he was let go, quote unquote, so to speak, from this current iteration of DC, he put out a really professional statement, dude. I think Dwayne Johnson's a constant professional in this industry, and I think a lot more people need to take after him in terms of how he carries himself. And if you're Dwayne Johnson, you're going to make demands. And there's even something in this article later on that talks about he wanted his tequila at the premiere for DC League of Super Pets. Well, why are you bitching about that? They were like, oh, it's a kid's movie. Who goes to the premieres? Adults. No kid is going to the Hollywood premiere of DC League of Super Pets.
It's literally all just adults. Like, yes, it might be a kid's film.
Yeah, but we're talking about Hollywood premieres.
That's what I mean. Like to a Hollywood premiere, ain't no kids
gonna go. Yeah, and I'm guessing there was tons of cocaine at anyway, considering some of the people that go to these premieres. I mean, come on. Grow up, people.
Probably. I'm just kidding.
And this just goes on about his demands increase, yada yada yada. Look.
Yeah, you keep talking. I'll be right back.
Much like James Gunn and Peter Safran, they're seeing a problem with the DCEU and they're trying to fix it. And I can only assume the same went for the same probably went for Dwayne Johnson here. He saw a universe that was kind of going into shambles, and he saw an opportunity to make Black Adam, one of the big stars of that. And I even said when I saw Black Adam, I didn't love the movie, but part of my thing was like, this could be a really good shit for the DC universe, maybe. And then, of course, the movie loses money, and you have to think business smart, too. But I thought Black Adam could have been a really good villain, so why not try to position yourself to take charge of that position and build up to this Black Adam versus Superman, which is an idea I was really on board with once again. Jose was really on board with that idea when it was kind of coming about. Why not position yourself to do that? I compared Dwayne Johnson to James Gunn. He saw this opportunity. He saw a universe that was in shambles. And then he saw an opportunity to position himself to try to make it better. To me, it looks like a guy that's trying to help, and people are ruffled, or their feathers got ruffled. because he was trying to help this universe. And of course the movie comes out, and again, like I said, to be fair, didn't make money either. So whatever. But I also think that that's just like, it shows you again, man, people are just soured. I just think they're soured. But the article does kind of go on and mention something really crazy, which we're going to talk about here. This Ezra Miller situation needs to just go to bed.
Oh yeah. Apparently James Gunn has no idea.
No. Let's stop for a second. The article specifically says executives were open to the idea of
no,
Ezra
and that
coming back.
he just put it to bed or whatever. That he didn't know, like, yeah, there's an article saying
maybe
that
he didn't.
Like,
we're talking about executives, which we just explained were puny guys. You know, like,
yeah,
I don't think for a second James Gunn is going to let Ezra be his Flash.
Oh, no, bro. I mean, so what? What are they going to do with the movie?
Yeah.
Just release it?
Yeah.
What are they going to? Yeah. So they're just going to release the Flash with Ezra in it?
Oh yeah, the movie's coming out. It's still coming out in summer, but I'm saying, like, to be open to him being Flash after the movie.
Oh, definitely not.
No.
Hell no.
No, the movie's still coming out. I mean, there's too much stake in that movie. They can't just not release it. And as far as we know, the Flash is their way out of this universe. You know, as far as we know, they might be positioning the Flash to transition. This could explain why Henry Cavill's no longer a part of that, which people need to think about because of what's entailed in the Flashpoint storyline. You know, this could explain why we're
this is going to be like, this is going to be a different universe then?
Well, I just think that this universe, if anything, there's going to be some multiversal implications, and this universe could shift. And so I think the Flash has too much riding on it.
I'm just thinking who's going to be the Flash then? That's the real question.
I could name 2 actors right now I think would be great to take the spot.
Go ahead.
Dylan O'Brien.
Yeah, honestly, he's one that's up there on the top of a lot of people's list.
Elliot Page, I would think would be a great candidate.
Also up there on a lot of people's. Those are the 2 that I hear are like the top 2 on people's lists.
I think he's getting older now, but like Lucas Hedges could play an older iteration.
Yeah, Elliot Page is 35.
Looks younger though.
He honestly looks like he's like 20.
Yeah, he can play younger, 100%.
Honestly, Dylan O'Brien looks like he could play younger.
Exactly.
Goddamn, man still looks like he's 31. He still looks like he's in his 20s too.
He looks 12 for crying out loud. I mean, he can play in Flash.
Yeah, honestly, he could. Yeah, honestly, because I know I was dick riding Grant Gustin as being the Flash, but honestly, at this point,
I just don't think he fits the iteration they're going to go for.
And it's not just that. It's that he's obviously, the Flash show is coming to an end.
Right. He wants to move on.
It's because he's played the Flash for God knows how long.
But
he wants to move on and play a different roles. He doesn't want to be that typecast.
Yeah.
As the Flash.
But we also don't know
or anything as a superhero, at least for now.
But we also don't know what Gunn and Safran's iteration is going to be. We don't know who they're going to hire to direct their next Flash project or anything. So it could be a Grant Gustin. We just don't know now. Now I think Grant Gustin's more on the table than it was before, because if anything, now you have 2 guys who I think play more to the strength of what Grant Gustin brings. So I think it's more on the table now than when we were going for a darker universe with the Snyderverse and all that. So I think that there's a lot more possibility now.
I just feel like he probably wouldn't take it. I just feel like he wants.
I think he wants to move on too. I just think that there's more.
He just doesn't want to be typecast as a superhero.
He would probably be closer to Gunn and Safran's narrative than he was to what Snyder was trying to do. That's all I'm trying to say. And Andy Muschietti and these guys who make darker films. So
I'm not gonna lie to you. I honestly didn't even think that Ezra Miller was really Snyder's type. Like, I don't think he really fit that Flash that well. I feel like there could have been a different actor.
I liked his iteration. I still think he's great as the Flash. I just don't know. I mean, they're going to switch up the iteration, so probably not anymore. But I'm saying.
I mean, I hope that he just doesn't get cast in anything ever again in his life.
Well, look, everything we're hearing about this Flash movie too is the other part of it. I mean, we're hearing that it's on the level of The Dark Knight, so we'll see. I mean, Andy Muschietti is a very fucking talented director. He might have made that movie that good. We'll see, but I don't know.
I honestly hope to at least see Grant Gustin in that.
To go back to my original point really quick though, if I may, because I was going to say Jose could think that Extract Media needs to buy a zoo, and that'd be a good idea. Doesn't mean that because he's open to that idea that I know about that. So James Gunn could very much not be lying when he's saying he doesn't know what's going on with that sort of thing, as far as what his executives think.
True.
Because Jose could be open to that idea. He can go to the press and say, it doesn't mean I've seen the report. It doesn't mean that I know. And plus, they didn't name any specific executives. So Gunn doesn't even know who they talked to. So I'm just saying right now, like, I don't think Gunn really knows who they're talking about specifically. Maybe he does, but either way, you hush about that. And you just fire those guys because they're fucking idiots. That's what you do. But the other part of it, and I'm not a big proponent of firing people, but that is a fireable offense to go out there to the press and say, we think Ezra Miller would be a great idea to keep on board. No. That's ridiculous.
Because first off, he's not.
Yeah.
And second off, that's just why you're just trying to stir some stuff up now at this point.
And even if Jose comes to me and says, hey, I think it'd be a great idea if Extract Media bought a zoo, I'm going to tell him, no, we're not doing that. Ultimately, it would be my decision to do so. So,
right.
So my point is even with these executives, I would listen to Jose's advice. I would hear him out, because buying a zoo wasn't a fireable offense, but I would hear Jose out in that particular matter, and I would listen to his input and why. But ultimately, it's going to be up to me to tell him no or yes on that. So just because executives are open to it.
James Gunn's
and Safran's and Peter Safran's.
And Safran, right, yeah.
Neither of those guys are going to be on board for it. And I'll tell you right now.
Dude, for looking at what he's done, there's no way in hell that they're going to bring him back.
Yeah, 100%. Now, the other part of this is interesting, and this wasn't really laid out in the article, but it's a development we've had since. James Gunn and Peter Safran, they're releasing part of this plan this month. That's coming this month.
I saw that in the article. I saw that.
What do you think we could expect from that? That would be my question to you.
Honestly, Peacemaker season 2. Obviously because it's James Gunn, it's his project. That's a hard lock for sure for me. Something about, are you talking about like for like projects that haven't been
out this yet, is their new slate, their 10-year plan. What do you think we can expect?
Oh, so new stuff.
The new slate,
or just like or like so not talking about movies that are going to be released. New stuff.
Stuff that's on their slate, whatever this roadmap is they have for the next 10 years of DC.
Possibly actually, no, I was gonna say possibly a Black Adam 2, but I'm not too sure at this point.
No, it's not happening. I'll tell you right now. I mean, I don't know. I don't have any information on that. I just don't think so.
I guess Joker 2.
Well, we know that's coming. No, that's not a part of it.
Batman 2 with Robert Pattinson.
I think this is what's coming, man. I'll be honest.
The thing is, in 10 years, there's not. I mean, what else is going to come?
I think we're getting a Superman movie with a new actor. We're getting Batman with a new actor. I think that the other one that we're going to get.
That was Robert Pattinson's only movie as Batman?
No. Pattinson's going to be Batman for 2 more movies in a separate universe.
Yeah. I totally forgot.
Yeah. Yeah. He's going to be in, I think that they're going to, see, the thing is, I don't think that any of these movies are coming out till this Pattinson trilogy's done, because I don't think they want to confuse audience members. I think Pattinson's going to close out his trilogy.
You know how, like, because, like, Marvel is able to do, like,
yeah,
the whole multiverse. I don't know.
No, to be fair, that could be part of this announcement, though, that they make, is like, okay, here's what we're doing. I think this is what it's going to be. They're going to say,
I think, you know what I think they're going to do is they're going to try and divide it into phases like Marvel does.
I think they're going to tell us straight up, we're going to do Shazam. We're going to have, and that might be part of it too. I'll get to the phase thing here in a second. But I think they're going to say, we're going to do Shazam. We're going to do, what was the other? Flash is coming out next year, and then Aquaman. Those 3 are coming out next year. And then 2024, clean. We're wiped clean. And I think we're going to have the new Batman movie is going to be announced. Not the Pattinson iteration, a new Batman, like a completely new Batman, new Superman, new Wonder Woman. I think start with those 3.
You forgot to say the Joker too.
No. Well, I think that they'll say,
they'll say that, like, we're gonna do Aquaman, Shazam, Joker 2,
right,
and the Flash, and then after that they're clean slate.
Well, okay, so like 2025, I think is the earliest we could expect a new Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. I think we're gonna have those 3 movies.
Yeah, because Joker 2 is 2024, right?
And Batman 2 probably. So I think they're gonna say, The Batman 2 with Pattinson comes in 2024.
Joker 2 comes out in 2024.
And then
with Joaquin.
And then we're gonna have Superman in 2025 with Glenn Powell, and then Batman in 2025 with Dylan O'Brien. I don't know. Let's just say, for example, you know what I mean? And then Pattinson's trilogy is also going to close out that year. I don't know. These are ideas.
I think, I honestly, I'm still 100% certain that he's going to say something about Peacemaker season 2. That's without a shadow of a doubt.
I don't think Peacemaker is going to be a part of this plan.
Really? Mm-hmm. I think that he still needs to release season 2, bro.
I would love to see it. I just think you wipe it clean or nothing at all, man. I just think there's
at least just do one more season.
Peacemaker's too tied to that Justice League, man.
Well, just do one more before you
close it out.
Just close it out with one more season before you go clean. You know what I mean? Like release the second season in 2023 or 2024 before you just go clean slate.
Yeah, I think either way we're going to see a clean house here.
I think you have to.
Yeah, they're cleaning house. They're going to let, obviously, because it's such a huge success, they're going to release the Matt Reeves Batman trilogy and Joker movie. But other than that, I mean, I think they're going to keep it all within one universe. Other than that, those two things.
I do still think that they're going to try and do something like Marvel with the phases.
Yeah, that could be the other part of it where they're like, okay, here's DCU phase 1.
Right.
Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, because you have to have those 3. Green Lantern.
Which was another thing that I read, that he doesn't want to talk anything about Wonder Woman 3 because he doesn't know shit apparently.
No, he knows. I think he knows, but I also think that it's not going to be Gal Gadot. It's going to be somebody else.
Nah, you know what? Fuck this DC universe, bro. I'm done with it. I'm just gonna Marvel all the way. Honestly, at this point,
you have to clean house, dude. You can't just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm done with the DC. If I'm being honest,
they're ending it. They're ending this iteration. That's the deal. They have to end it and just they have to stop it clean, dude. You can't pick and choose, man. If Cavill's out, Gal Gadot's got to go. Ben Affleck's got to go. I mean, you got to get rid of everybody. You can't pick and choose.
This is why Marvel's better, because they've had one dude for the whole time.
This is what they're trying to get to. This is my whole point. This is James Gunn is the new.
But you've had the DC started for.
Yeah, but not with somebody. Yeah, but David Zaslav also didn't own Warner Brothers. James Gunn also didn't own, or wasn't running. I'm sorry, James Gunn and Safran weren't running.
Yeah, they should have found their Kevin Feige from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly, which is what Zaslav is trying to do. That's what makes him such a good studio head. Is him hiring Gunn and Safran to do that.
Watch it.
Clean house.
Watch it not be that way.
Yeah, we don't know at this point. We don't know what's going to happen.
I want to see my faith in just the DC in general. At probably the lowest it's probably ever been.
I think it's the highest for me. Gunn is gonna fix this thing right up, and he's gonna put out. I honestly the best stuff we've had.
For the sake of this universe, I hope so. But at this point,
this universe is dead. That's the point. It's dead. It's dead.
But you're deading all the. You're killing off all the.
Not killing anybody. You're just cleaning slate.
That we've come to love.
Yeah, but dude, it's a blank canvas. That's what's so exciting about it. You could do whatever you want now.
The thing with me is I compare these people to like the Iron Mans and the Captain Americas, where Captain America they've changed character, but like Iron Man, for example, there's only one Iron Man that haven't had anyone else play it. It's
but that's because the Marvel universe has been cleaned.
Yeah, but they're not making movies where someone else is playing Iron Man, like James Gunn is going to try and do.
Yeah, but that's different because again, the Marvel universe, the audiences like the Marvel universe. This is what I've been trying to say from the beginning.
Because they're not seeing other actors or actresses playing these beloved characters.
Fuck that. Dude, you are so insane right now. The reason the Marvel Universe worked is because from the very beginning, we had Iron Man, dude. That was incredibly successful, crazy successful. That's why it works, because Kevin Feige is a good executive, and James Gunn's going to do the same thing for DC. I don't understand the insanity here.
I sure hope, because...
I apologize if you got vibrations in the headphones, folks, but look.
Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, I can't see anyone else play Wonder Woman because Gal Gadot just did it so fucking perfect.
This is insanity.
I can't see anyone else play her. She's like the Iron Man for me.
Agree, but anybody else could. I don't want to see her go. This is my point. I hate that we have to do this, but I think it is the best thing at the end of the day. Rip it off like a Band-Aid. Take the hurt. Take the pain.
Honestly, it's gonna be worse than that for me. If I'm being honest, it's gonna be like stab like 7 times.
That's the point. They know that this is how it's gonna feel. They probably hate this too. But the reason the Marvel Cinematic Universe worked because they kept the same actors. Fuck that bullshit. That is not why the Marvel Universe worked. The Marvel Universe worked is because Kevin Feige had a good slate. He had a good. Slate.
I didn't say it's because they kept. It's because
that's what you said.
No, it's because they haven't had anyone else play these characters besides one person.
That's what you said.
I bet you 10 years down the line, they're not going to have anyone else play any of these characters. They're going to have new characters that they never put on screen before with completely different actors.
You think in the DCU, they're not going to start a new DCU with a new Batman, a new Superman, a new Wonder Woman?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that Marvel probably wouldn't do that.
I know, because the audiences have taken to that iteration of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, and I've taken to the
You have taken to the iteration of the universe of DC. That's why it's biased. So have I. I like this DC universe. I love the actors that they had. I have taken to this DC universe. I'm looking at the broader picture and what they're looking at. You are like
no, because if the MCU decided to go to a different universe altogether and have someone else play Iron Man, I would be pissed.
Me too, because there'd be no reason for it. There's no reason for it.
That's the same thing that I see here with the
No, there's reason. There's precedence. The audience has not taken to the DC. You think the audience has taken to the DC universe the way they have with Marvel?
To specific characters, yes, I do.
Specific characters.
Yeah, which is why I don't want to see anyone else play. I don't think anyone wants to see anyone else play Wonder Woman because they've taken.
I don't either.
Too hard.
But I understand.
I'm saying not just us. I'm talking about the broader audience as well.
I agree. I agree with that. But that's one character in a universe. But the thing is like that iteration Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot's and Patty Jenkins. It's already tied to this larger universe, is what I'm saying. So you can't just have Gal Gadot be Wonder Woman and just expect us to accept that nobody else is anybody else.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. That's so fucking stupid.
Because no one's going to accept Iron Man, anyone else play Iron Man besides Robert Downey Jr. That is
so fucking stupid. That is the dumbest thing in the world, dude.
No, it's not.
All right, so she's just Wonder Woman, but it's Gal Gadot, but it's not the same story. So, here's Gal Gadot, but nothing that came before matters with her. That's what you'd rather?
Yes.
Even though the iteration that they're going for in this universe may not even fit a role that iteration of Wonder Woman that they come up with may not be something that Gal Gadot's sensibilities speak to, that there's a better actress for this current iteration that they're trying to make. You would still want Gal Gadot to be miscast in a different iteration of Wonder Woman? What world am I on?
If it's a different iteration, then maybe I'd still hate it, but maybe. But if
that's
it's
so
not,
stupid.
Then why change?
But that's what you're not understanding. It's going to be a different iteration. They're trying to clean house.
Who knows?
Who knows? Right. But like I'm saying, if it's a different iteration.
Yeah. If it's a different iteration, I'll swallow it like a bad pill and move on and probably not watch the movie.
Thank you.
Probably not watch the movie.
No. You're good. Thank you. That's all I needed to hear.
If it isn't, then I don't see a point in changing.
But you understand it's more likely that it's going to be. It's more likely that's going to be new.
Then I'll probably give up on the DCU as a whole.
But that's dumb if they're making great shit. That's a stupid attitude. If they're making the best DC movies that we've ever seen with a different cast, what's the difference?
But that's the thing. Who knows?
Well, why are you doubting it so much? You got two guys in charge who've been proven in this world to be great. Like, I don't understand your doubt here.
James Gunn has done what? 2 projects in this universe, and that's it. That's all he's done in this universe.
Yeah, but you have the Guardians movies. You also have the fact that James Gunn was being primed to take over Kevin Feige's role when he left. This is the guy.
That would have been awful. I would have hated.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Bro, to take over Kevin Feige?
Yeah, when you're the guy that's being trained by the master Just like fucking Star Wars, you're taking the spot. You are insane, sir.
Who took over George? That is so good.
Filoni. He's fantastic.
That is true. That is
Favreau, Filoni, we can agree those two guys would be great to like be creative heads in that, which Filoni's already taken a creative position, but like I'm saying, like, you can't tell me that the guy who's primed to take over Kevin Feige's role, which every superhero movie he's done, comic book movie, so to speak, that James Gunn has done has been fucking gold, that's not the guy to take over Kevin Feige's role when he leaves, which, by the way, that's not going to be the case anymore because now he's in charge of DC. But my point is who better to take DC than James Gunn, who, by the way, people are giving too much shit to because this is the first fucking studio head I have seen that has been so honest with his audience on Twitter. That's always been his fucking honest about everything. You might not like what he's doing right now, but that's stupid too because you haven't even seen what he's doing yet. We don't even have a slate announced, but everybody's getting mad at this guy who's been so transparent on Twitter. It's ridiculous. This is getting out of hand. If he's making great movies, it doesn't matter. And I don't know that they're going to be great. So I could see Superman and be like, that was the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in my life. James Gunn he should not do this. However, let's give him a chance. Let's just take a breath and give him a chance. This is out of hand, you know? It's getting out of hand. Give him a chance.
You know, I've just been.
I'm tired of this attitude that we can't have new people on board in our property. Like, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Clearly,
no, I'm not. It's not that I don't mind seeing new people. It's that I mind seeing new people play characters that we've come to know and love. That's where
I'm attached to it too, and it hurts. I'm not trying to tell you that this isn't going to hurt, and they knew it was going to hurt. I'm trying to tell you that this is something unlike we've ever seen before. We have never seen something like what they are trying to do here. And I think it's incredibly... Stop. I think it's incredibly ambitious, and I think we need to take a breath and see what comes of it rather than sitting here and trying to bitch about it. We don't even know what it is. We haven't seen it. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say two things, or one thing actually, and it's just that scares me.
Yeah, it's scary. It's definitely scary.
The fact that this is the first time I've ever seen it, honestly, it scares the hell out of me.
It's definitely scary.
I've already been at the lowest that I've probably ever been with this universe, and the fact that now that they're deciding to change scares me even more.
Yeah, it's scary. It's risky. It's ballsy. I'll beat you. I'll meet you there because it's fucking terrifying, dude. That's what it is. It's so scary. But, dude, you think fucking George Lucas wasn't scared to death when he took that big gamble on Star Wars? Nobody thought that movie was going to be successful. Everybody told him it was going to suck. Everybody.
What, the first one?
Yeah, the studio told him it wasn't going to happen. When Steven Spielberg went to make Jaws, that was a risk, dude. That was somebody that everybody told him wasn't going to work. There was so many problems on the set. You take risks, dude. You have to. If you don't take big chances, then we don't get great products.
But they also produced masterpieces, though.
So James Gunn could.
He could, but he hasn't yet.
But he could. I think he's a guy to do it.
He could. I mean, we're yet to see it, but he could.
Suicide Squad was their testing ground. That was their testing ground, the Suicide Squad. They said, James Gunn, here's the keys. Do whatever you want. We have full faith in you. And
I feel like that's what the MCU said with Guardians of the Galaxy for him in the MCU.
I think that was different. And I'll tell you why. I think the Guardians still had a lineup with XYZ. Like, I still think the plan had a lineup with certain things. He had to set up Infinity Stones. He had to do a lot there. With Suicide Squad, they gave him the keys to say, do whatever the hell you want. He did it, and that movie took a lot of bold choices. It is one of the best comedies I've seen in years. Same with Peacemaker. God, that show has me dying laughing. It is awesome. It is the best comic book TV show I've ever seen.
That's the other thing that kind of, like, because he's more of, like, in terms of his movies, he's more in, like, the comedy. So that's, like, when it comes to the DC, he's really only done comedy superhero films. That's scares me.
But he's also worked very closely with Kevin Feige. The other thing I would argue is he balances comedy with the serious a lot better than a lot of filmmakers have in comic book films. Look at Taika Waititi's Love and Thunder, dude. That thing turned out to be way too over jokey. He ain't a Taika Waititi. I'll tell you that.
That's why. I honestly, in terms of directing, I always thought that Taika Waititi was a better actor than he is director.
I disagree with that personally, but
I mean, Free Guy, hilarious.
Oh, he was great in Free Guy. Yeah, I loved him in Free Guy.
I think I just prefer him as an actor into a director.
Jojo Rabbit's it's nearly a masterpiece, though. I mean, come on.
That's probably about the only film by him that I hear is good.
Hunt for the Wilder People is awesome. What We Do in the Shadows is amazing.
Never heard of it.
I don't like Ragnarok much, but people love it.
I actually like that.
Most people put that toward the top. I think he's a better director than an actor for sure. But anyway, look, his Mandalorian episode was great. But anyway, that's besides the point. I mean, well, it's not besides the point, but yeah, you know what I'm getting at here. Look, guys, it's been fun. I love getting passionate and sweaty.
Jeez, yeah, this
was an awesome one, dude.
Look what DC's done to us, bro. Look what DC's done to us. I know it's
passionate, but it's great radio. It's great podcasting. You can't deny it. We got some good fucking arguments in here. But hey, it's all fun.
And I was honestly just playing devil's.
And I love it because, dude, like, this is one of our most passionate episodes we've done.
Especially you there when you started yelling off.
I'm jacked up about this episode. I'm gonna be very honest with the audience and transparent. Like, I'm so jacked up about this episode because of how passionate it got in here. Like, this is what I wanted from the show, dude. I wanted the gloves off, and we took the gloves off today. And Jose, I thank you for it, dude, because like, you fucking got me fired, and I love the fire. We need to keep the fire, dude. We are.
I'll just keep playing devil's advocate for you, and then we can do that.
This is why I brought you on, bro. This is it. We're getting there, dude. We have our visions mapped out.
It's because I know how to play devil's advocate, bro.
Yeah, you're good at it, bro. And we got the fire going.
That's what research does. Honestly, for me, I just research on both sides.
We need to get it. We do need to get a ref though at some point, like somebody to moderate who's like so neutral on fucking everything, because like that way it's like.
Well, the thing is, I am pretty neutral when it comes to stuff. That's why I was able to play devil's advocate and play both sides.
Fair.
So
the only thing though is like, because if I got out of line, somebody could set my ass in line, and then same with you, which I don't think any of this is out of line per se. It's passionate, fucking great podcasting, which is always what I wanted the show to be. So I love the fire, dude. I am jacked up, dude. But look, guys, it's all in good fun, man. I mean, Jose and I, we're best buds. I mean, we love each other. That's so
sure.
Yeah, 100%, dude. We're gonna disagree, man. That's the show, dude. That's the fucking show. That's what people don't get, dude. That's supposed to be the show. I'm so excited. This is the most excited I've been for an episode of Movie Mornings to come out. Like, I'm not kidding you.
I did not expect the show to go this way, if I'm being honest. And
I'm glad me either. That's what's so great. It's always open, dude. Like, everybody. This was perfect, dude. I love it, dude. I fucking love it. I love it. All right, guys. Look, Jose, before we get out of here, dude, where can people find you?
You can find me on all socials at extractgaming_. Also, you guys don't mind, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. I stream on there pretty often. We've been doing a lot of Star Wars stuff recently, just because that's what I see people like watching me do. So I'll be playing a lot of Star Wars games, reacting to a lot of Star Wars stuff. So if you guys would like to check me out, go ahead and check me out at extractgaming_ on Twitch as well.
All right, guys, look, I've been Don Martino. Really, please go follow him. I think he's off the rocker on DC, but when it comes to Star Wars, this guy is one of the best fucking dudes you can follow right now. So make sure you go to his Twitch for sure, 100%. Make sure you follow that. I've been on there a couple times too, but really, this guy, when it comes to Twitch, he's much more smarter than I am about that stuff. So make sure you go follow him there. I've been Dom Martino. I want to thank everybody for joining. Please follow me at Dom_Martino_ on Twitter, Dom_Martino_ on Instagram, and we'll like, subscribe, do all that. I do have a graphic here. I'm sorry about that. I almost forgot. There it is. Look at me go. Look at my handsome ass face. All right, guys, look, we're on our way out. I've been Dom Martino. Thank you guys for joining, and we will talk to you guys later.
See ya.